shit. Let's get ready to have a good
immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
to go. Holy shit. Let's get ready to have a good time, have fun, party, and go fucking wild.
Good morning. Welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. No Jim today. Mike Feeney coming in a little bit. One day away from the big July 4th holiday. But we're still here hanging and banging. And Travis is already giggling.
I think that's a phrase.
Hanging and banging?
Yeah.
Of course it is, right, Mike? We say that in the gym all the time, right?
Absolutely. Hanging and banging, jocking and peacocking.
Exactly.
I didn't know these were gym phrases.
Hanging and banging and sometimes clanging.
Okay. That's
Often
why I don't
clanging.
know.
Yeah. You don't know about these plates. Okay? I thought you were giggling because you thought you knew what topic we were going to start the show with today. What we were going to
No, I never know what
And
you're
you don't
gonna
know. You don't know. I like to start with the story of the day.
Yeah.
You know, I like to draw the listeners in immediately. I'm worried about because Jim McClure told me to be knowledgeable of the tune-out factor.
All right, let me get this Biden story up then.
I don't think that's the biggest story.
That's not what you're going to
No, Biden was like, more beginning of the week, and maybe next week he's doing an interview or something. But I don't know if that's the biggest story of the day.
Talk to a girl, signs with men.
No, I mean that's more of like a fun story. You would do that a little later in the show. That's like a water cooler story.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
gotcha.
That's like a fun.
That's kind of like a wrap up.
Right.
Story.
This is more the like heavy news. This is the information that people are going to need to have in order to start their day.
Yankees lose another game.
That's a little local. You got to remember, dude, we're a national show. Like the Yankees, like that would be big in New York, and you might be right. Like maybe on the Michael K show, something like that.
Right.
Like they would definitely start with that. But this is a national show. You got to think big events, national stories.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's not Tori Spelling on Ozempic. I know you think, but that's not it.
51-year-old bikini photos.
No, it's a different 51-year-old I'm thinking of.
All right. Well,
yeah.
You're the host. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, we have an update from yesterday. If you remember, yesterday, Travis, in all of his,
I don't know what you're talking about.
evil nature,
Uh-huh.
said that he prayed to his Lord that Troy would have car troubles. You remember that? Troy made the announcement that he was, after yesterday's show, he was going to do the drive to Orlando, Florida.
I remember that.
Right, which is about, I think we calculated 16 or 17 hours. He thought maybe around 20 with stops because he has to pee every 38 minutes. So, and I couldn't believe that he was coming in, waking up early, doing the whole show, dealing with all this nonsense. Bike riding, getting on his bicycle, bike riding back home to his place here.
Right.
Getting in the van with his fiance and his cat, and then they were all going to take that long drive in their van to Florida. It sounds already, I mean, if you have a brand new car, it sounds like an undertaking to say the least.
Yeah. I mean, that's a long day for anyone.
It's a
Why are you laughing? That's
You're,
true.
You know what I'm laughing at?
What?
Your feigned earnesty.
No, I'm serious. That's a long day for anyone.
No, I know it is. I'm not saying it's false. I'm saying it's feigned. It's different.
I mean, I don't know what feigned means.
Okay.
So I would have to.
All right. No, you can.
that one.
You figure that out over the long weekend. But
I gotta make a phone call.
he then unfortunately slipped out a little bit of information that his wheels, I believe he said, were out of alignment. He was having some kind of alignment issue with the wheels of the van that he was driving. And Jim, consummate broadcaster that he is, said, well, why wouldn't you have gotten those fixed before your ride to Florida? And Troy said, nah, fuck it. You just got to drive right through. And we said, if you break down, will you tell us? And Troy said he didn't think he would. He wouldn't like to tell us that. He wouldn't like to give us that information. He doesn't want to deal with that. And Travis, that's when he said he was going to pray to his God, whomever that may be. He's going to pray to his God that happened to Troy. And, I will always have had questions about a higher power. That's just where I'm at right now. Jordan, do you believe in a higher power?
After seeing today's
story of
news,
the day,
it's hard to not believe in a higher power.
That I'm in the same boat as you, to tell you the truth. I'm a believer because Travis's Travis's prayers were indeed answered. Yesterday, about what would have been 6 hours or so, 5 to 6 hours into the trip that Troy was on to Florida, on the Troy Quan Instagram, we got a story update, and it brought so much happiness to the world. I saw fan accounts posting it. I responded to it. I mean, it was great. Not only did Troy get a flat tire about 6 hours into his trip, it was the most damaged flat tire that maybe I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely shredded. I have no idea exactly how it happened. I don't know if the alignment had anything to do with it. I don't know if it was just bad luck. I don't know if it was directly related to Travis's prayers, but it got totally shredded. He wrote trip update, not going well so far. And then it appeared, based on the follow-up story, that they were on the side of the road for about 2 hours. Do we have an update? Is this the Celebrity Hotline?
Yeah, Celebrity Hotline's ringing.
All right. Now, I've picked up the Celebrity Hotline, and the room, we're going to be kind because Troy is doing us a great thing by even picking up this call. He deserves a lot of credit for posting this, for picking up the call.
I think Troy's the man.
He's the man. Everyone in this room has had a comparably great night's sleep in a bed. And last we checked with Troy, he was getting ready for a drive that he is apparently still on. Ladies and gentlemen, from Florida, Troy Quan. Troy Quan, how are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. I'm still up from yesterday. I'm exhausted. And
Did you sleep? Have you slept at all?
No, not at all. I have not closed my eyes once.
That's like 26 hours.
Oof.
I know. I'm exhausted.
So, you can hear how annoyed. Okay, so you get, after the show yesterday, you get on the bicycle, you go back to your place, you get in the van, Toots is in there, you start this ride. And are we smooth sailing for the first several hours?
Well, like I said yesterday, I was having some sort of issue. I thought it was the tires weren't balanced or something was off because there was like vibrations in the, when you go up, when you hit about 65, it started vibrating and people are hitting me up and like, oh, it might be your tire rods and blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking, I'm Googling and stuff. I'm like, oh, I think I'll be fine. So I get out of the city. I get through, past Philly, actually all the way down past D.C., and the car is vibrating really bad. And this other car pulls up next to me, and this lady rolls down her window and starts making like the flat sign, like putting two hands together.
Oh.
And I was like, no.
While you're driving?
While I'm driving. 95.
And you don't feel it?
Fredericksburg. You feel the vibrations, but you don't feel the flat tire was in the rear.
Okay.
And then once she said that, you kind of go, oh yeah, like it's kind of dragging a a little bit. Because if it's in the front, you can feel your
the whole thing goes down. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then I thought it was just like a slow flat. And then all of a sudden I start merging over. Thankfully, I was in an area where there was a shoulder. Not much of one, but there was one. So I pulled off. And I looked, and the tire just looked like it exploded.
So you'd been driving, but you've theoretically been driving on a flat tire for some time?
I don't think it was for some time. I mean, she signaled to me, and then I got over, and then you could tell it was flat. Like when she said that, it was like slowing down, and I could tell there was something wrong. So I pulled off, and if you go on my Instagram, you can see. I mean, the tire looks like it literally exploded.
I'm looking at the photo now, and it doesn't look like you were driving on the rim. So it's not like it was like flat and you just didn't know. It looks like it all happened at once, but there was no big dramatic pop or anything. But that tire, dude, is absolutely shredded.
Shredded. Yeah. And then we pull over, and then I'm trying to jack the car up, and there's like trucks whizzing by.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And you think to yourself, like, oh my God, like if there's one truck that's like a little off out of the lane, I mean, it's going to crash right into us.
And so you're like in the middle of Pennsylvania?
No, this is Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Oh, so you're past Pennsylvania, but still that is that area where like nobody's stopping. Everybody is just plowing right through. Like there's no...
Whizzing by. Yeah. So we call AAA. That was a shit show. They're like, well, we talked to somebody, and then they were like, well, we need to connect you with somebody that's in our Virginia area, and then it was like this whole thing. But thankfully, somebody came out, and they didn't want to swap out the tire on the side of 95. They had to put it up on a flatbed, and then went off into a Walmart parking lot, and then they changed the tire. So,
how long did it take him to get there?
Luckily, it was like 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. It wasn't too bad. It's just long enough that you're sitting there like, oh my God, I hope I don't get hit by a truck.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
Yeah, and plus, like, even as long as that trip is, every minute that it's now being elongated, you're just like, oh my God, like this is never ending.
Oh, I had big plans. I was going to hit south of the border. You know what I mean? Like I was going to do it all up, and I'm just watching the countdown of like, okay, if we leave now, it's going to be this time. Okay, if we leave now, it's this time, and it's like we're fucked. I mean, that's it. It's So anyway, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No. So they switched the tire. Thankfully, our spare was a normal sized tire, so I didn't have to find a place to get it. So I'm riding on the spare right now.
Was there any paranoia though that like, okay, we're on the spare, except if we get another flat, like we're totally screwed.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
We're fucked. And then if when you go through like North Carolina and South Carolina at 3:00 in the morning, there's nothing on the road. It is just desolate.
Yeah, so are you like last night, like in the wee hours when it was dark from like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. until like 4 or 5 in the morning? Are you just like white knuckling, going, "Please God, don't let anything happen now"?
Yeah, pretty much. Because you're just like, we're fucked. I mean, you're in trouble. I don't have a spare.
Oh.
You're hoping for, and then since it's a spare, my tire pressure light's on. So that's flashing on my dashboard the entire time. So you're like, is it just because I have a spare, or is there now something wrong with the other tire?
Yeah, is one of the other tires like slowly leaking air?
Yeah. But
oh my God.
Regardless, I'm still driving. It's beautiful down here in Florida.
I'm sure.
Sunny and gorgeous.
That's great.
Still on 95, about to hit I-4.
Oh.
And I'm exhausted.
I'm sure that you are. Were there any like close calls or anything? Like what's been the hardest pocket of time where you were like, oh, like this is so long?
Oh, I mean, just the stretch from like through the Carolinas, like North Carolina, South Carolina, in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? Like, I just like I have to like pinch myself. I have to slap my face. I have to roll down my window. I got out of the car. I started doing jumping jacks.
Can you imagine? It's 3:00 in the morning, and there's a van pulled over, and you just see Troy, probably wearing shorts or something like that, all tatted up, doing jumping jacks on the side of the highway.
Yeah, I'd look like a lunatic. I mean, yeah. But I am beyond exhausted. I just can't wait to close my eyes.
I could only imagine. Now, did you, once you got back on the road, were you like, okay, we're not going to make as many stops, or were you like, screw it, this is just going to be a much longer trip, we still have to make our stops, we're going to get our meals, we're going to do all that?
No. We stopped at Kenley 95.
Okay,
that was the truck stop I mentioned, but everything was closed. All the food were closed.
No.
Yeah, I found a McDonald's. I just stopped there, grabbed some food. And then, then we went by south of the border. I didn't even stop.
So
it is what it is.
It's been a disaster.
It's luckily, I mean, now that we're in the home stretch, there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
But
it's a journey.
It hasn't been a lot of fun. So, all your prayers were answered.
Travis's prayers. Travis's prayers. He said he prayed for this, and he can't believe it came true.
This was a group effort.
Yeah. Wow. Oh. Did you stop anywhere for breakfast?
You stopped at McDonald's, so I had
McDonald's again.
Twice.
McDonald's again. That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh. And has your fiance been getting sleep?
No, because she's afraid I'm going to fall asleep.
That's probably a legitimate fear.
And then Toots isn't happy. He's been in the van for 20 hours, so he's
shitting everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, thankfully we have a litter box room, so he is shitting in the box.
I mean, are you like listening to tunes or something in the wee hours of the morning? Are you like sitting there just talking to yourself and arguing yourself? Like, how are you occupying your time?
I was listening to a couple podcasts, but I wasn't feeling it. So
yeah.
I just and then you start just flipping around. You hit scan on the dial just to hear what's on FM radio in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. I mean, it's all like it's nothing. There's places where there is no FM signal for miles. And then it's just like a station here and there. But
before the tire exploded, were you guys like in a good mood, like just having like a nice drive? You're into it. You're what, 6 hours in? You got a groove. You're probably you're listening to something good, right?
We were listening to some tunes.
Oh, okay.
My fiance made a couple sandwiches for the road.
Oh, wow.
Yep. We started off on a good foot, and then it just...
and those sandwiches are just so good.
Oh, incredible. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, some woman starts motioning to you like planes, trains, and automobiles. And you're like, yeah, what are you doing, lady?
Yeah. So I thought she was like, I thought they were like fucking with me. I'm like, what are you doing?
Fuck you.
Yeah. Because there's no way, after everything that you just went through on the air, there's no way this could be happening. There's no way. There's no...
I used to do that when we were on tour. We would do that as kids. We'd like roll down the window of a car and like point to like the back tire, like point, and they'd be like, huh, and then they'd pull off, and then we'd just laugh. Of course, I thought somebody was fucking with me.
Right, but you deserve this then. You deserve this.
I do.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I had it coming to me.
So how far away from home are you?
Probably about another hour and a half.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't even hit I-4 yet, so we're still on 95. Just went past Jacksonville. Shout out Jacksonville. Shout out Limp Bizkit.
Shout out to Limp
Bizkit. Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah. Well, I'm gonna be listening to the show, guys.
Well, I'm glad
you got the time.
I'm glad we could provide you some entertainment in all of your planning, in all of your hypotheticals. Did you think for a second, as you were sitting here yesterday, going like, okay, I'm gonna try to get home, in a pretty timely fashion, and then get out on the road? Did you think to yourself, and then I'll be able to listen to tomorrow's show while I'm still driving?
No, I thought I'd be home and in bed right now.
You'd be asleep,
That is not-
out like a
Yeah,
light.
that's not the case. Yeah.
And you have things to do today.
Yeah, well, I'm going to see my family, so I'm just going to try to go sleep for a little bit, then I'm going to go meet up with them.
Oh,
he's gonna be so
Just so I'm
cranky.
not a zombie when I see them. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
You sleep for a little bit, see your family, and then sleep for like 16 hours tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It's gonna be today. Yeah, it's 48 hours of hell is what it is. I mean, because it's all one day now. It's all
But you
from
know what-
yesterday, into today. Even with the nap, is all one day. It's
Yep.
and pain. It's torture, and then you'll sleep for 14 hours, and then you'll wake up tomorrow. It'll be July 4th. You'll be in Florida. This will all be a bad dream, and then you'll be living your life with the flamingos and three-legged bears.
And firing up the grill, making some burgers.
Yeah.
It'll be a wonderful day.
It'll be a wonderful
It'll all
day.
be just a distant memory.
It will.
And that Orlando sun really makes your troubles go away.
Oh, you know what? As soon as the sun came up, I was like, you know what? Everything's okay.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah,
all
like,
right.
you might be exhausted, but look where you are.
Exactly. I'm in the Sunshine State.
Travis was very happy about all this.
Why do you keep
I
saying
know you-
I was having? Who texted who last night saying, "Oh my God," with siren emojis? Check Troy's story.
Well, Sam had a gloat on my Instagram as well. He had a message me to explain how happy he was. that this was happening.
I believe, and I couldn't. I was just good fortune because I happened to be checking my Instagram. I believe that your story had been up for minutes, like not long at all.
Like you've been stalking.
Yeah, and you
I was
just
still waiting for AAA when I was talking to you.
and just a DM came through that just said the words "fuck yes," and then I'm explaining to my wife what happened. I go, "Oh my God, Jess." Troy and his fiance, they're driving to Florida. She's like, why would they drive? I go, they want to bring all their stuff down. It's a long story. It's a very long drive, though. They just completely shredded their tire. It's completely blown up. Look at this. And she goes, oh, that's terrible. And I go, yeah, it's terrible. But also, it is the best. It's so funny. And she goes, well, how do you mean? And I go, well, I don't know. How is it not?
Did she
I
not
don't
see the photo?
Yeah, I go, there's no more context. This is awesome,
This
right?
is great.
She's like, no, I don't
Horrible.
share
But
your sentiment.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. All right.
Like
Well,
I feel
good.
bad for your fiance and for Toots, obviously.
Toots, yeah.
Of course.
It's tough for Toots.
Yeah.
But
Although,
for me, it's like you're just gloated. You can't believe how
I
well
mean-
this has turned out for me.
I mean, you got an extra day off.
this is, and then Travis is gonna rub it in that what you're feeling right now, the feelings that you have. This is your day off. This is your day of leisure.
Yeah. Like I still had to come to
Enjoy it.
work, so it's hard to feel bad for you.
Did you get to ride? Did you get to ride in the tow truck though?
We did. We did.
Ooh.
Why do you say that? We did. Toots was in the tow truck. We got some cute pictures of him in there.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'd probably pop in and go shopping in the Walmart while I'm in the parking lot.
Yeah. Well, I stopped and took a leak, washed my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all is well.
All's well. Well, Troy, I appreciate you sharing your pain with us. I mean, half of me is just keeping this on the air because I'm worried that you're going to fall asleep 45 minutes away from your house. But
I think I got it. I think I got it at this point. I'm exhausted, but I think I got it.
all right, good. Well, congratulations on almost making it. Maybe give us an update when you do finally make it, because I guess we hopefully, unless you blow out another tire, we should still be on the air.
Say that. Don't say that.
I mean, it could happen.
It's just because the light's on. The tire light is on.
Yeah. You're right
It
on
is
a
on.
spare.
I know. All
That's
right.
supposed to
I'll
go
keep
over
you guys
35.
posted. If anything happens, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you very much, Troy. We appreciate it.
All right, fellas. Have
All
a
right.
good one.
Talk to you later.
Later.
What a champion.
What a guy.
What a guy, huh? Look at him, and he's still got his wits about him somehow. I think it's probably
Well, that's delirium.
he's in that weird. That's right. No sleep, delirium, and also I can't believe all this happened. Like this isn't even real life anymore.
It's one of those only in New York stories.
Except it happened in
Virginia.
Virginia. And then that's the worst part. I'd be sitting there going like, well, at least, They got that Pizza Hut, the DQ. They got all, and he gets to the truck stop, and all the restaurants are closed.
Nothing's open.
I mean, on a 20-hour road trip, having to go to McDonald's twice. I almost out of principle, I don't like to stop at a McDonald's on a road trip because they're so plentiful.
Yeah, you can get them anywhere.
Right.
Is it common for rest area, like restaurants to close like that, though? Aren't truckers kind of a 24-hour?
I would think so, especially at a place that specializes like that. Yeah, that they would.
I-95?
Yeah, that they would stay open.
Yeah. Wawa's open 24 hours.
Wawa will never fail you. But you skip the Wawa knowing, no. I got that truck stop right ahead of me.
Hey, not in this Biden economy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Energy costs are what they are. We got to close down.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, Biden.
Troy walked in there and Biden's like, I did that.
That's right. Scott in Worcester. What's up, Scott?
Yeah, I wondered why Troy just didn't say, "Oh boy, I'm screwed," and call 911 when he had a flat tire.
I mean, it can be very difficult.
Is that an appropriate way to deal with a flat?
You know, it turns out it's not, but sometimes you do have to learn through experiences. Okay. And by the way, thank you, Scott. That has happened to me. That's a long time. Apparently, Scott is a first-time, long time. It was a long time ago. It was decades. Well, over a decade. Over a decade. I was in my 20s.
All right, so it was decades.
Oh, you're so bad. But I mean, Troy is right. You go and you get this like insurance that wherever you are, will be there. The tow truck will come.
AAA?
I have never been, or USAA, whatever service. I've never been on a road unless it's like a side street that is right by my house. If I'm right by my house and I need like a battery jump, then they'll come. But I've never been on a highway and had them be like, yep, no problem, we'll send a guy right out. It's like, no, we have to connect you. Oh, that's actually a private road. Oh, we actually can't. And then you just...
Well, yeah, because certain tow trucks can only go on, certain roads.
And it's like, well, what road is that? Oh, the Jersey Turnpike. Oh. It's like, that's a very important road. What do you mean? Only certain... Well, I guess I just sit here and ask the Lord above to send Pete Dominic to help me.
Yeah, too bad he wasn't driving to Florida.
Yeah, Pete would have stopped right... I mean, he helped me on the West Side Highway. That was scary.
Hey, buddy, you need some help?
Yes, I do, Pete Dominic.
I do.
And I appreciate you stopping. Puma? What's up, Puma?
Hey, boys.
Hey,
I just want to say, I want to make a comment, and then I want a question, so don't hang up on me.
Okay.
First of all, the power of prayer works.
It does. It does. That's the message.
And if we can all the listeners and everyone can just double down and pray on his way back, he gets a double blowout. And, I'm a salesperson. I'm in outside sales. My vehicle is, my Chariot.
You're like Ray. You're like Ray Kroc at the beginning of The Founder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, how many road trips have you gone on, Sam, where, you want to make sure your vehicle is working? I'm just going to wing it. It's like, yeah, my teeth is about to fall. Let me go get a candy apple and just chomp on it and see what happens.
No, I would either have made sure I made time to get the car completely checked out or rented.
Yeah, you have to.
Or you rent a car to go like, okay, the rental car will take place. Yeah, because I know the rattle. That's the Jeeps get that rattle all the time. And yeah, before that rattle kicks in, I'll make sure that it gets checked.
Especially if you're driving like 4,000 miles.
Yeah. Because otherwise,
I mean, what kind of logic is that?
Well, look,
I don't think logic is.
Troy's not.
Word.
He's a simple guy. Troy's decision making has historically, he's not a guy that I go like I've never been in a tough spot in my life and gone, let me call Troy.
Let me see what he thinks.
To figure out what he would do. I mean, it's insane. And then he looks to someone like Jim Norton to normalize his maniacal behavior. And Jim goes, yeah, that's exactly what a person would do. And everybody else in the room is like, are we the crazy ones?
I mean, common sense isn't so common anymore with that guy. Huh?
Whoa.
It's a family
show.
Sorry,
boy. I know he's your guy. I know. Well, Troy, have a good time in Florida. The sun's hot down there. I'm sure it's a warm day. And, Have a great day, everybody. Happy 4th. Let's keep all of our fingers.
Let's do
We
it.
gotta go.
Thank you, Puma. And that will be one of those things that you wake up tomorrow and this all goes away. But this never-ending day continues on, definitely for him after he gets there all day today. Patrick in New York. What's up, Patrick?
Hey, guys. I just heard that I know Troy's got the tire light on. I'm wondering if the coffee cup light is on.
Yeah, that's a really good question. We need to
And
make sure.
I just imagine Jim in the back seat getting pissed off about.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick. Eric in Colorado. What's up, Eric?
Young Samuel,
Yes.
who are you to criticize and critique the driving techniques and vehicle maintenance of Troy when didn't you recently run out of gas on a short drive with young Hot Dog in the vehicle with you? And haven't you admitted that it's happened in the past?
No, I've never. That was the first time. First of all I admitted to was I love to ride the Lightning. I've ridden with the light on.
Well, apparently Troy does too.
Quite well. It's a different light. It's the car rattling, and me on the way home going. I think I ran out of gas 2 miles away from a gas station. We almost made it, and I do like to ride the Lightning, and that's more me. That's my devil may care attitude coming into play. I did learn my lesson. I did take a razzing for it. I was deserved of that razzing. No, I mean, look. Is there a lesson for Troy to learn here? Not really. It's just funny that a bad thing happened to him. You know what I mean?
Well, since the power of prayer works, we will say a prayer for him.
Yes. Let's see if we can.
And for Sam to run out of gas again.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Thank you, Eric. Although when that does happen, when you do actually run out of gas, there is a new built-in paranoia because it's when you ride on empty a lot, you kind of think it'll never happen. And when you actually go like, oh my God, like the car's not going to work anymore, I'm running out of gas. It's a very different paranoia now. I could imagine it would happen again, but I doubt it. I don't think that they'll run out of gas again. Look, but that doesn't stop me from having fun at somebody else's expense. Especially somebody who we talked about yesterday going like, this is a possibility, but I think he'll make it. I think he'll be all right. You're happy about it, Travis?
What? I just said man. I didn't say I was happy about it.
Yeah, but you went like this, man. It was almost like,
Is that how it sounded?
What
'Cause
a great
I've been told
day.
I don't know how I sound.
Your tone.
My tone just now was of elation.
Yeah, I felt you did sound somewhat elated.
All right, hard to argue.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been told before.
It's not what you say.
It's how I say it.
It's how you say it.
I thought I was like, man, like, that's a bummer.
That's not what you thought
You're
or
saying I
sounded
was
like.
man.
No.
That's awesome.
No. You ever go on a road trip like this, Jordan?
Yeah, we did the Florida straight through once, but we took a break, and Troy should have just done
Like
that.
an overnight break?
Yeah, overnight break.
So you didn't go straight through?
Not straight through, but
Yeah.
we drove Connecticut all the way to Florida. It's a long fucking trip, and this is what happens when you don't take a break.
Okay, first of all,
Were you with a bunch of friends or with family?
No, with family.
Okay.
and it is so
This is what happens.
that's so annoying that you said that. like that happened whatever it was 6 hours into the trip.
Yeah.
So that would, even if he had gone like, okay, at 8 hours, at 12 hours, we're gonna stop, that still would have happened. That did not happen because he didn't take a break. Like, for you to go like, well, I did mine properly and that's why I didn't get a flat tire is not. Like, that's just...
See what happens when you don't take a break?
You're taking somebody's misfortune and going like, well, that must mean I'm smarter than you. Which is not cool.
I'm pretty sure Jordan thought that before this happened.
Troy put his penis in the Daffy Duck. Let's not forget that.
I forgot about the puppet thing. Yeah. No, you're right. I forgot about the puppet thing. But yeah, no. Wow.
Jordan heard that and he's like, well, if he can get a job in radio.
That's right. He got a flat tire one time, I feel like. Wow.
No, it's we feel bad for Troy down here. Most of us do.
Down here, he's in.
Up here.
What's your geography? Want to send a message to Troy from down here? He's up in Florida right now. It's like he's dead.
Yeah.
He's up in heaven. Down here, we're.
I still think he should have stopped off at south of the border. That's the.
Yeah, that was a bad move.
It's the prime part of the trip. That's how you get your spirits up.
You have to.
I guess, but he's probably just looking at the clock going, this is insane.
What's another hour?
At that point, it's almost like, how much can we stretch this thing
Yeah,
out?
enjoy yourself. Go to south of the border. Pedro says.
Yeah, that's true.
What'd you read all those billboards for?
I would
You're
have
not going to stop.
I definitely would have been like, well, while I'm here at this Walmart, I'll see what their wrestling figure selection looks like.
I mean, you'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
You never know. Diamond in the rough.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true. You don't know what the collecting community is like in that area.
Yeah. They might leave good stuff on there.
Yeah. And if so, that's my gain. My wife watching me as we're trying to get our tire fixed, and I have a shopping bag full of toys. Not all bad news, honey. Well, I will tell you, I mean, speaking of everything falling into alignment and fates being what they are supposed to be, I do feel like there are higher signs telling me that my path to NFL fandom is on the right track. You know, you remember I said, you know, since this is going to be my second season coming up of NFL fandom, that I do have to really actually have a team this year. And I said, I think the Giants is the way that I'm going to go. And I haven't started it yet, but Hard Knocks started yesterday, right? And they're following the Giants.
Well, this is the off-season Hard Knocks.
Right, but I get to follow the stories of that's why I fell in love with the game one season ago. If you remember last year, I fell in love with the game because of the great stories. I was like,
well, the hard-hitting off-the-field action.
I love the hard-hitting off-the-field action.
That takes place between March and August.
That's right. That's right. You love that part of it, right?
Hey, to squeeze every dollar out of
Man,
it.
you know the NFL is popular when they're like, we got to figure out some way to make some cash in the offseason. We're not making any money in July.
We're going to make a show out of contract negotiations.
It was amazing when I was reading the description, and they're like, we're going to take it all the way through decisions in the draft. And you're like, a reality show about decisions in the draft? But I'm going to watch.
I mean, they made a movie out of it.
You talking about Draft Day starring Kevin Costner?
That's right.
That's true. People love that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Have you watched the
Draft
Hard
Day?
Knocks?
No. You're a Horizon guy, I know. But have you watched the new Hard Knocks yet?
No, I haven't. Did the episode 1 just...
like literally last night or yesterday or something?
Yeah, no, I just moved apartment, so I'm waiting for Verizon to hook up the Wi-Fi.
That sucks. Just annoying to
Yeah.
have to wait for them.
I'll be down the shore this week ignoring it and take care of it next Wednesday.
Good for you. What about you, Travis? Have we started Hard Knocks yet?
No. Did this start last night?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll watch it.
Yeah. This is going to be weekend viewing for sure.
And then the in-season Hard Knocks is the entire AFC East.
Which feels like a lot to cover.
That should be pretty cool.
No,
yeah.
that should be great.
Yeah. They're doing the Giants, and then they're doing the Bears, right?
Are they?
I think they're spending some time with the Bears.
Why?
Are they the preseason?
The preseason.
Preseason Hard
Oh,
Knocks
right,
as well.
Right. So the Giants get the off season, the Bears get the preseason.
Yeah. No,
And then the entire
AFC.
AFC East
the
gets the
regular
season.
And I mean, the turnaround on these episodes, especially during the season,
Mm-hmm.
it's insane. I mean, they talk about like stuff that happens on Sunday, and then it's turned around, and the show airs on Monday.
Wow. Yeah, that's sick. I don't know if I can commit to during season
During season, why? That's the best part.
because it's just many hours to commit to it.
It's not many hours. It's a TV show.
The only thing that's
Well, I
tough
know where it's broadcast.
The only thing that's tough about that is that there's so much football coverage in season that if you're watching like the nightly like recap shows
Right,
and
right.
stuff, it becomes, well, how do you fit this
Monotonous.
hour into?
Yeah.
Well, just how do you fit it in?
Okay, ask the guy who watches wrestling every single night. How
Well-
could you possibly fit in another hour of the thing that you love?
That's the issue. That many hours are still taken up by professional wrestling.
You only have so much time to watch football.
That's right. I try to just factor out a little bit of time during the fall because wrestling has no off season.
Like Monday Night Football is a non-issue for you. You just cannot watch that.
It's a dual screen experience.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Monday Night Football is what really like solidified. Yup, I'm not going anywhere. When I watched Aaron Rodgers go down. I said, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. In fact, Michael Cole, who's the lead commentator of Raw and a diehard Jets fan, was on McAfee's show. And I think he let slip that he was watching the Jets game while he was doing commentary.
That's awesome.
Like, he had his phone up. That's how good he is. He had his phone up while he was doing wrestling commentary so he could watch the Jets season opener.
That's great.
And he saw Aaron Rodgers go down, and so while he's calling professional wrestling in his head, he's like, what the fuck?
Joan Jett does that for Orioles games.
Really?
She's such a huge fan that she has her phone on the stage, and she'll look down at it like in between songs to see what's going on.
And just muttering. He's fucking his fucking team. What the fuck? I don't know. What do you guys want to hear? What am I playing? Did I do Bad Reputation?
But, fandom will do that.
Yeah, I like when there's that level of fandom. When you have that level of passion for it.
And when you're that good at your job that you're like, I can call Monday Night Raw.
I could do both.
And also, keep one eye on Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles.
It's also funny, though, if somebody is shitting the bed. And then because it's like, well, why are you watching the game, dude? You suck at this.
You were quiet for 30 seconds. What happened?
I was holding my breath. It was an exciting play.
I was letting the moment breathe.
Yeah. So I'm excited because I'll become invested.
So while we're off for a few days, you should check out the Netflix series, the quarterbacks from last year, and then this year they're doing receivers.
I've heard good things. I've heard people love it.
Quarterbacks was great, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll give you a new appreciation for Kirk Cousins.
And I feel like if I'm committed enough to not only watch but recommend the Renaissance Fair docuseries, the NFL stuff should get some time on my radar as well.
Well, both of them involve a lot of pageantry.
That's true. I love the pageantry. People don't play up how much pageantry is involved in the NFL.
Quite a bit.
And I love pageantry.
Those low camera angles when they're running out.
By the way, a lot of those camera angles were first brought up by. It's funny because a lot of the NFL's camera angles were brought in first by the XFL.
Yeah.
But now, if you watch WWE, they're doing more of the. I know there are people like Hot Dog who hate it when they're called 8K cameras. But the depth of field shot.
He doesn't know anything. Just call it what it is.
Okay, 8K cameras. People, it's colloquial. Mm-hmm. People know what it is. But those real shallow depth of field, like they're using those shots now, so it's coming back the other way as well. It's cool.
Yeah, XFL was the first to kind of just put the camera going across the field.
Yeah, this guy, on the string.
Which now it's like, how do you watch a football game without not being there?
And miking the off, the coaches and stuff that. Like putting the boom mics up there. Yeah. So I'm excited for the pageantry. Yeah, there's over the weekend I'm gonna watch this, and I'm gonna watch that horror movie that people are talking about. The
Halloween.
Yes, Halloween.
Nice.
It's and a lot of people don't know this. That's a William Shatner mask.
Interesting.
That's true. That's a little trivia for a lot of people. No, it's something violence. It's like it looks like a new take on like a Jason Voorhees movie.
Okay.
Where it's all shot from the perspective of the killer. So it comes across far more realistic, at least in the trailer. What's that?
In a Violent Nature?
In a Violent Nature. My guy, just pulling it up. Look at that.
Look at me.
It's not even violence, it's violent. Yeah, In a Violent Nature. It came out in theaters very briefly, but it looks really, really good. And I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to see it within the next day or two.
I'll probably just go see Horizon a few times.
Well, you gotta make sure Koss gets his money back on that, right?
Yeah.
That's what they call him, right? Koss?
Yeah, the Koss.
The Koss.
Oh, is this the killer?
That's the killer, but the trailer looks like you're following him the entire time.
Okay.
And apparently there's a very long shot of him walking through a forest.
Yeah.
Because there's a meme going around that with the attention span that people are dealing with today, there was somebody just double clicking another 30 seconds, another 30 seconds, another 30 seconds, so they could get through him walking through the forest.
Okay.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Where it's like it's not. Most of those movies are from the perspective of the victim, where you.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a slow burn.
I love a slow burn.
Yeah.
I love a slow burn.
If
I love
it pays
patience.
off,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, building the anticipation.
I'll take the journey.
And also, I've been wanting a movie that just does it from the perspective of the villain for so long. I wanted them to do that with Scream, but they fired everybody because they want to pay him.
And then they were like, "Oh shit, we got to bring him back."
Yeah, we got all this money. We better give it to Nev Campbell.
Yeah.
Animals don't get too hung up on reason. They just keep killing.
But are we gonna see his face? Because
I don't know.
It's scary.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, so that looks good. And then did you see that other? There's another horror movie, I think, or some kind of horror thriller movie that A24 is doing.
Oh.
Where Hugh Grant.
Heretic.
Yes. Heretic.
Yeah.
Heretic.
Oh, is it heretic?
Heretic.
That was heretic.
No, heretic. Heretic.
You can pronounce that heretic.
Yeah, I know you can pronounce it heretic
heretic.
because that's a word. Heretic is not a word. Heretic is a word. A heretic is it's a thing. Like you're a heretic.
All right, we'll agree to disagree.
No, you never heard of heretic?
I saw this trailer before, I think, Mad Max Furiosa. And I was like,
you were the one that saw that.
I was the one.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it doesn't.
And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, you know what's gonna be good because Hugh Grant rules hard. He's the best, and he's so charming. But the idea that he's kidnapping these two girls,
You would never think that face
no,
could kidnap someone.
because I'm sitting there going like, I would avoid kidnappings. Like I'd have no problem. But if Hugh Grant's a kidnapper,
You're gonna fall right into his trap. Everyone does.
I love this reveal when he's like, my wife's making pie in the kitchen, and then it pans down and the candle is scented like blueberry pie, and you realize there ain't no pie.
Ain't no pie.
Ain't no pie here, bitch.
Is that what he says?
That's what he says. That's the line. It's the T-shirt on the poster.
Ain't no pie, bitch.
On the poster, it's a picture of an older Hugh Grant, and it says heretic, and in quotes it says, "Ain't no pie here, bitch."
And on the other side of the shirt it says, "Or maybe heretic."
Yeah, could be pronounced.
But I want you to choose which door to go through based on your faith.
Listen to that accent.
Yeah.
I still trust him.
Yeah.
I know he's kidnapped me. I know ain't no pie, bitch.
But he's just too cheeky and charming.
Right. I go, you're up to something. You charming bastard. Remember that movie About a Boy? I love that movie. I bring that up to him. If he kidnapped me, I go, you still listen to Badly Drawn Boy? Like, he made that face. He's like, whoa, that's a little... But you know he's going to do damage, but he's still got a charming face.
Yeah, I'll watch this. Is this out?
No, I think it comes out in August.
Oh.
A miracle.
The
fuck?
Yeah. It's got religious connotations. It's A24. They rarely miss.
Now, what are your thoughts of him as a leading man?
Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
I mean, GOAT leading man.
Okay, all right.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Dumb question. Coming soon. Does it say in the description what that exactly means?
Yeah, it means like it's not out now.
No. Just read the goddamn description. It would tell you a date.
All right.
You are the opposite of Hugh Grant.
This
It
fall.
says in theaters this fall.
Yeah, so this fall.
The official release date is November 15th. So we got a little bit.
No, not November 15th. Is it really?
Yeah, I got that from.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because you get information, and Travis is the opposite of Hugh Grant.
I was watching
Travis,
I was watching Hugh Grant.
Like, one time I went to dinner in a restaurant with Travis, and I assumed he was trying to kidnap me because he was such a creep. He's the opposite. He thinks he's charming, too. He's not.
Sam, it comes out November 15th.
Thank you, Travis, for finding that information.
No problem.
Yeah, and while we're on movie trailers,
Okay.
this is the other one we got to pay attention to.
Uh-huh.
Right
Despicable
there.
Me 4?
No. I mean,
Hell yeah.
You know, you like that?
So today.
Oh, I know where you're
I'm going.
You going?
No.
You like the cartoons?
I mess with the minions sometimes.
He went like this. No, I'm not going to that.
No.
I might go to that.
I
Yeah,
might go.
I will probably go.
I like the Minions.
I'm probably going tonight, actually.
Actually, I have my tickets
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I have.
Front row.
They're pre-ordered.
I'm dressing as Stuart.
Yeah.
I know what movie you're going to say.
Which one?
Trap?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you
Fool me once.
You talking M. Night? You talking Thriller? You talking Josh Hartnett? Forget about it. Yeah. That movie comes out, I think, beginning of August.
Yeah.
You know about that one?
Oh, yeah.
Where
First trailer looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched the second trailer last night. I got real excited.
Yeah.
Where he looks like where he's a serial killer, but he's at a concert with his daughter, and it's full of cops that know the serial killer is there, and he's got to escape. Again, I don't know what it is.
Why does he have to escape?
He's the killer. No spoilers.
No, this is a good idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean they say it in the trailer that he's the
Yeah,
serial
yeah, it's not a spoiler. It's right there. That's the whole hook.
It's like, oh shit.
Clearly, there's another hook because it's an M. Night movie.
You think?
It's got to be.
You think we're not seeing something?
I think there's something we're not seeing.
All right.
And I think it will be revealed to us.
That's a take.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, maybe.
No one makes a trailer like M. Night because every fucking movie he's done, I'm like, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. M. Night movies are great. People like hate on M. Night because you know you're never gonna get a reveal as good as I See Dead People or whatever the reveal of that movie was. But
that was life changing for the movies.
Of course, but like the vast majority of his movies are awesome.
I don't know if I'm gonna say vast majority.
Vast majority.
Okay.
What do you think of Old? The one with all the old.
I liked it, except it bummed me out hard. Like, I was like, oh, we're not getting any of those years back? They're like, no, even the survivors. No, none of the years are coming back. These little kids. It's because I got kids, I'm now going like, oh, I'm enjoying watching my kids get older. They're just chilling on this beach, like, and they're adults now? That sucks. So,
okay.
Yeah, that one bummed me out. Okay. Stuart Little.
Great film. That's the best.
Okay.
Okay.
Sixth Sense.
Great.
Yes. Unbreakable.
Fantastic.
Yes. Signs I liked.
Signs is fine. I don't have any problem with Signs.
Village.
Jim ruined it with The Whispers.
And it was okay.
And it's okay.
He ruined it.
Lady in the Water is not my bag.
I didn't see Lady in the Water.
Not my bag.
The Happening.
I don't know.
That's on the weekends, I think.
I believe. Was The Happening a remake that he did with Mark Wahlberg? Yeah. I'm so good at this. So, okay.
But he wrote it.
He did, but this was an M. Night era where he was kind of losing focus, where it was like he thought he had to make big blockbuster movies.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
He
because
failed so many times?
No.
Okay.
Because he had so much success with Sixth Sense, and then Unbreakable was good. Don't forget, like, Signs was a Mel Gibson movie.
Yeah, I like Signs.
You know what I mean? The Village was Joaquin Phoenix. Like, these are big movies, and I think The Happening and then The Last Airbender was where it got to the point where he was making his movies too big, and he had to come back down to earth.
Yeah, The Last Airbender bombed.
Right, but it wasn't even like an M. Night movie. It was like, let's get back. And after, I'm so glad The Last Airbender bombed, because I feel like that's where he got back to it. Devil is like, he produced it and he did the story. He's not the writer-director, but I think that's the elevator movie, and that was pretty good.
After Earth, he only did the screenplay for, so I'm not going to...
The Visit is the return of M. Night.
I didn't see The Visit.
It fucking ruled.
Okay.
And people try to hate on that movie, and I won't hear it.
Okay.
I don't want anything to do with them. I don't like those people.
Wow.
The Visit is fantastic.
Whole cast of nobodies.
They don't need it.
Which is fine.
It's a high concept. I love high concept. You know I love high concept.
Okay.
It's high concept. Basically, these kids, and this is all in the trailer, there's a second reveal. The trailer reveal is these kids go visit their grandparents, and they basically become Joe Biden at night. Like, they're just like scary, not making sense, unpredictable. You don't really know what happened, but during the day, they're 10 to 4. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
They're totally normal.
Yeah. I love The Visit. Split is out of this world.
I love Split.
It's fantastic. And I believe Split was the first big movie for... what's her name? Anna Taylor-Joy? Is that her name with the big eyes? Anya?
Taylor-Joy?
Yeah.
Was that her first big movie?
There she is.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah.
Right?
I've only seen this like twice, so I didn't even realize that was her.
Come on, it's a James McAvoy vehicle. You're not going to... I mean, there ain't no missing.
Oh, that's why I can only watch it twice.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's great.
And that brought everybody back.
Everybody was like, oh, we've been hating on M. Night unnecessarily. And I was like, sorry, guys, I came back with The Visit. And also, I like the Devil elevator movie.
But the end of this movie, that's when everybody was like, hey, listen, even if you don't like him anymore, you need to watch this movie.
It's part of the universe.
Because
it's part of the universe.
It's part of the universe.
It's the ghost psychiatrist.
It rules.
And then Glass, I mean...
Glass was doomed from the start because everybody was so fucking excited.
Right. The expectations, again, this is what happens with M. Night. Expectations get too high, it becomes too big of a movie, and then people are like weird about it. But if you just watch Glass as like a good M. Night movie, Glass is still good. It's not great, but it's good. Old bums me out.
I didn't see Old.
They go to the beach, they get old.
They get old, yeah.
It bums me out.
I wanted to see Knock at the Cabin.
It's fantastic.
Jim didn't like it.
Come on. Dave Bautista delivered a tour de force.
Bautista or Bautista?
No, this was Bois.
Okay. Right.
Dave Bautista delivered a cinematic tour de force. It was suspenseful. It was great. Knock at the Cabin's great. And then you got this Josh Hartnett movie that's going to be incredible. Trap. It's about a trap house. T.I. is in it. It's awesome. Yeah, so, I'm very high on M. Night right now.
And Josh Hartnett's having a comeback.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He had Oppenheimer, and then this.
And he's in the new season of The Bear.
You like The Bear?
Love The Bear.
I never started The Bear.
You should watch The Bear.
Should I? And he's in The Faculty, don't forget.
Well, no,
But
I was talking about his current projects.
Oh, that's right. Black Mirror was the comeback. Yeah, Black Mirror was the comeback. He was so good in Black Mirror.
Great in that one.
Yeah, it was Black Mirror, Oppenheimer, and your show, The Bear, and The Faculty.
Everyone's show. Everybody likes The Bear.
Everybody loves The Bear, but I do feel like it's one of those shows that, like, I don't know. I feel like it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like I'll put it on, and it fills the time in a way that is acceptable.
No, you should watch it. You haven't watched it.
I haven't
you're
watched
making
it.
that assumption?
I'm making judgments.
That it's like 90 Day Fiancé? That you could just put it on?
Yeah.
Just ignore it?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I am.
Bear's great.
Yeah. But is it fulfilling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you just think that dude's hot? Carrie Von Erich.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Okay. It's just a lot of the same people. A lot of the same people that love The Bear also love Ted Lasso. And I'm like, okay.
All right. They're nowhere near the same show.
I don't think that they're, but it's the same. It hits the same. Yeah, like it's like, okay, this is your show, huh?
Mike?
I haven't seen The Bear, but I saw an article when it came out about how it was making women get hot for short order cooks.
That's what it also.
And I just couldn't take it seriously.
It makes women horny. The Bear.
Well, that's because he did the Calvin Klein ads.
He look. I mean, and yeah, you talking about Carrie?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's representative of the overall population of short order cooks.
No, this is a
out there.
good show.
People think he's super hot.
Jordan?
I've had to watch the first episode for classes a million times, and I can't get through the first episode. That's The Bear.
There are many classes making you watch The Bear.
Multiple classes.
What is going on with the indoctrination of these children in liberal colleges?
Yep.
How many classes make you watch The Bear?
At least 3.
I'd be
three. I've had to watch the first episode.
Furious if I was dropping down what's $40,000 a year on tuition, and I was like, this is my third class that my kid has to watch The Bear in.
That's like the first class. I'm like, oh, all right, I can get behind this. Second one, I was like, I've seen this before.
What are these classes?
They're all different. TV production, TV writing. The third one where I had to watch The Bear, I was like, all right, what are we doing here? What's happening?
Bear's great.
Is it that well produced and written?
According to my professors, it's bringing back TV.
Get the fuck out of here.
They act like it's the
this is
second coming.
That annoys me. Yeah. I'm not watching.
Sam, just watch it.
I'm not watching.
Just watch it.
You should be watching. Did you see Black Mirror?
I've seen a lot of Black Mirror. I haven't seen this episode. I didn't watch the new season.
That's what they should be showing in class. Yeah. Black Mirror shows. That's a great show. Not The Bear.
Don't professors generally question things and deconstruct instead of fanboying?
No, it's a lot of fanboying. That's what I found out. It's usually the most basic shows.
I took a Simpsons class at Hofstra. That was awesome.
They should bring that back.
It was like
they don't have that.
The Simpsons and modern film or whatever, and we would watch a movie or modern media, because there was also books. You'd read a book or you would watch a movie, and then you would watch the Simpsons episode that parodied.
Oh, that's super fun.
That's the greatest class
and then
ever.
It was
and they don't
deconstructing everything.
They don't have that anymore.
So, all right, you should talk to the dean.
I gotta talk to the dean about that one.
He used a good word though. Basic. Is The Bear basic?
I don't think The Bear's basic. I love the way that it's edited. I love.
Okay, he's one of these professors.
There's some of the episodes stress me out more than life just life.
Yeah, but you're a chill dude.
I am a chill dude.
That's how I was feeling watching it, though. Like, my heart was pounding. Like, I'm like,
oh, that's good, though.
I'm getting, no, but it got me too anxious because you're
Okay,
watching.
you didn't like it because you felt something.
Have you ever seen Uncut Gems?
Yes.
Did that give you palpitations?
Yeah, but in a good way. That's what I got from that.
Same way. Some of these episodes are so stressful.
I wasn't.
There's no way they're as stressful as Uncut Gems.
I mean, nothing's as stressful as Uncut Gems.
The Bear is not. It's not Safdie level.
No.
Okay.
Just watch it.
Just take a top tier thing. And go, is it as good as the best thing?
Yeah, I guess not.
not.
Okay, I guess not.
Great argument.
You know what? It's not The Sopranos.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get our guest.
Okay, you go get our guest. By the way, Mike, that's what I got in Syracuse, and it was also this is what I think college professors do. Just whatever show they're watching, they go like, "You guys watch this too." I swear it's for class, but I think I mentioned this not too long ago that in a sociology class, because I took a lot of sociology classes, the professor was like, he didn't even assign it. He was like, "Who watched The Sopranos on Sunday?" And we were all like, "Of course we watched The Sopranos. It's the best show ever." It was your episode. It was the Columbus Day episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We had to have a conversation about stereotype. Not only about.
It's an important episode,
right? Because it wasn't a history class. It was sociology. So it really was a conversation about stereotypes and the way they're portrayed. And did Sill have a point?
Well, I mean, look, we just had off for Juneteenth.
Right.
They get rid of Columbus Day, so we recognize the suffering of other groups, but anti-Italian discrimination still runs rampant in the United States.
Right, and then the greater discussion of the message that was being sent home that the character that was talking about rampant Italian stereotypes is maybe the biggest Italian stereotype character that has ever been put on television. But
he's a proud businessman.
And a community leader, I would think. You know what? Let's take a break. We got our guest coming in. Let's take a break. Mike Feeney's going to be here July 3rd. We're having a great time. Everybody stay right there. Ooh, I've got it. The Not Sam store has been reopened. There's a whole new line for summer of Not Sam Wrestling merch. Mike, we got new tanks.
'Tis the season.
Bright blue tanks.
Guns out, guns out.
I'm going to hook you up with one of those. We have tanks. We have a new Not Sam Wrestling t-shirt and tie-dye. It's the summer. We have tie-dye. Garments are as high quality as you're going to get. These margins are as thin as you're going to get. I mean paper thin. Go to notsam.com, click the store link. You go to notsamshirts.com, whatever's easier for you. Go check out the new line of merch. We'll be right back with Mike Feeney.
It's Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Wait, what's the deal? Sorry.
Back after this.
Bobby Croons.
Falling while I'm standing still.
Christine Raps.
I'm not your bitch, don't hang your shit on me.
Jacob. Tries. And Big J Wales. The Bonfire Sings. Weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern on Faction Talk 103.
Hi, it's Megyn Kelly from The Megyn Kelly Show. Get closer to the stories of the day from every angle. Political.
It's over. She's not going to be the vice president.
Legal.
If they don't stand up against this, they're complicit.
Social.
We're not allowed to weigh in on their controversial behavior or just say we don't like them.
Honest, common sense conversation with no fear.
The Megyn Kelly Show, weekdays at noon East on SiriusXM Triumph Channel 111.
And on the SiriusXM app.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Everybody's on social media. Part of the problem with that is you see everyone else living this great life. You compare your insides to their outside, and you start feeling like, my life is not good. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's easy to envy other people's lives. It might look like they have it all together on their Instagram, but they probably don't. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have, so you can start living your best life. I've gone to therapy on and off for years, and it's always helpful. It's not a quick fix. It doesn't cure you. It just shows you your own patterns. It teaches you how to ask questions of yourself and how to catch yourself doing things that are either envious or otherwise going to make you unhappy. If you're thinking of starting, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. Switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Teft. That's TEFFT today, and you get 10% off your first month. Better, HELP.com/TEFFT.
Attention, small business owners. Do you need funding for your business? At lendseek.com, we provide revenue-based working capital programs from $20,000 to $1 million for inventory, equipment, expansion, payroll, or other needs. Seek no more. All it takes is just one simple application to access over 100 funding products that are powered through our breakthrough AI-enabled lending platform to get you the best options in today's marketplace. If you've been in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of at least $50,000, you could receive the business funding you need when it matters most, regardless of your personal credit score. Funds in your account in just 24 hours with no collateral, no prepayment penalties, and no restrictions on how you use the funds. There's no obligation and zero out-of-pocket costs. So apply for the business funding you need today at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
Why is Navage perfect for allergy sufferers? Rhino Systems Medical Director Dr. Howard Levine explains.
If someone's exposed to allergens, they can get rid of those immediately by washing out the nose. Navage works by pulling saline in one nostril, through the nose and out the other nostril, sucking out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs. Experience on-the-spot relief so you could breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier.
Navage is available at Sam's Club, Walmart, Walgreens.
Got a fast car.
Surgery if you can.
QC Kinetics, restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime.
Personally, I've always, like, in terms of listening to them, which is just so funny now, it's like, let's hear the two white guys' thoughts on now a 4-month-old thing. But I always was like a Kendrick fan, number one, and then probably Drake. It was, which seems like an attempt to make it a full beer, but it just didn't come.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I've never seen.
But I'd rather go patchy beard.
Yes.
Than a goatee.
The full goat has been out for. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin revolutionized, brought it back, and then it kind of went out again. But even his is a little thicker. But this is if I grew a goatee, that's what it would look like. A very pencil thin side. You do have the connectors, which is better than I can do for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely and I don't know you, but it feels.
That's Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. It feels like trying on a personality, and I hope that how do you feel that it's going?
I feel like I'm hiding that oh my God.
Doctor Strange ain't bad. It's closer than the Leonard Nimoy one is a way thicker, fuller goat. That actually looks kind of badass. But
that's Evil Spock.
Evil Spock.
Yeah, that's why it's Evil Spock. This is Evil Jordan.
Yeah.
We've never met good Jordan. This is Evil Jordan who lies to us about what he likes.
Yeah. He shaves and suddenly he's like,
nice Jordan loves Camila Cabello.
Yeah.
He even says it right.
I know. Did you hear that? I've been saying good songs. Like,
Yeah.
like you move.
Oh, that was very 80s synth. It was good.
What music are you into?
Yeah, that was a hit.
I didn't know Fifth Harmony.
Like you had a whole biography.
Oh, Fifth Harmony. That was like a thing back when I was in my day.
Well, what if
in my days infuriating? How old are you?
21.
God damn, 21.
My day. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So who are you? I mean,
Who are you?
Who are you,
let's
dude?
get to the bottom of this.
Who the fuck are you?
Let me ask you this: Who are you?
So if Camila Cabello is not your cup of tea, what kind of music are you into?
The Weeknd is my favorite artist.
You love The Weeknd?
I love The Weeknd.
Still, even post I feel like he's kind of fallen off
because
fallen
the
out of
HBO
favor.
show.
Just
Idol?
well, I mean the HBO
The show was something. But
even the last album with the weird like fake prosthetics on the face and
no, I
making
loved it. I loved it.
You loved it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't think I've ever met anyone who
loves
counts The Weeknd as their favorite artist.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw The Weeknd. I got like free tickets to see The Weeknd at Barclays one time. I saw The Weeknd and he was good.
But were you like as you were watching, going like trying to figure out if it was all one song or these were actually different songs?
I was like, oh man, I could see.
Was it good, or do you just like the 80s?
Well, he also had like a rising stage that went up in the air, so like visually it was kind of cool, you know?
Yeah. I mean, look, his songs are good songs. Like,
yeah,
like you move.
Oh, that was very 80s synthy. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think that. Yeah, what was that show called? The Idol?
Idol, right?
The Idol? Yeah. I do feel like The Idol was like the first time people were like, oh.
This guy's a little weird.
The Weeknd might be cringe. He's not cool at all. Like, because he was.
His whole thing was that he was mysterious, and then we watched that show and we realized what he was all about.
A bit of a try-hard.
Yeah.
Mad cringe, am I right?
Mad cringe.
Thanks, dude.
But I do think that there is a thing of like, and I always say this because it's like a perfect. They say it in Family Guy has a great line about The Godfather about it, like Peter's views on The Godfather, and it's a great line to use for things like this, like The Weeknd. He insists upon itself. You know what I mean? He insists upon it. Tries too hard.
There's so much weekendness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a little more Wednesday. You know.
What's your favorite? Yeah, I like midweek.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Weeknd song?
Oh,
that's a tough question.
I don't know. Like hit or like deep cut?
Do you like the album cuts better?
I like the album cuts better. But like
classic fan.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I never heard a Weeknd album cut.
No, that's.
Is that dumb?
If you're
Starboy.
I understand if you didn't.
I'm a star boy.
Yeah, that's a
Ooh,
banger.
let's not do that anymore.
Look what you done.
Oops.
I feel like people who haven't heard the album cuts are like, "What are you crazy? You like The Weeknd?" I'm like,
Posers.
No, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like After Hours, the song. That's a good one.
That's a good song.
Okay. I don't know, but they're all good.
I mean, look,
they're all hits.
he's played the theme for the last, I think, 4 or 5 WrestleManias in a row.
I do know that Sacrifice was one of them. That's a good one.
That's a good song?
Yeah.
That's Creed.
Yeah. The Creed,
my
I think,
Sacrifice.
did a bunch of WrestleMania songs, too.
Yeah, why don't they get them back?
I love Creed.
Enough of The Weeknd.
You like Creed?
Creed?
He's like, I think my dad liked Creed.
It's a Scott Stapp vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You like this?
This is the best Weeknd song?
I don't know if this is his best song.
You said it.
You know what he listens?
I saw it was on the screen. I said,
You know what The Weeknd is perfect for? The Weeknd
doing
is
drugs.
His perfect music is
Right.
I'm a little faded. I probably had a few more drinks, or maybe I'm a little high. Or maybe I had an edible with some, and you're getting walked back to the champagne room to get a lap dance. That feels like his energy of his song is like.
And there's this
it's
moment
like strip
of
club. It's like strip club, a little too fucked up, weirdly sensual.
But there's also this moment of like your real brain creeps in just for a second, like how do we get here? And then it goes away.
Right, where you're like, I know I'm not getting laid. I'm about to spend a lot of money.
Right.
You know.
Do you get faded a lot?
No.
Not too much?
No. Never, actually.
You don't get faded at
I
all?
don't get faded, no.
You just love this vibe?
I just love this vibe.
I like that.
Yeah.
No.
You like to dance?
Yeah, I like to dance.
Okay, you don't have to
Nice.
keep popping.
Yeah.
Weird way
Let's
to
also
say it.
not do that again.
That was very Budabi Brothers.
Yeah, it's a lot of sharp shoulders in that movement.
Yeah.
Dance.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. You love The Weeknd.
I love him. The other favorite artist that I can't say is my favorite artist anymore is Kanye West.
Now you can say that.
But not
now,
his personal
listen,
views.
But you're 21, so what's the first album you're actually listening to?
What was the album?
It's probably post 808.
Because I was like, bro, wait till you hear this. This is gonna blow your mind.
Ow.
I was in college when the College Dropout came out. I was like, this is my shit.
That had to be the greatest experience.
The greatest.
I had to
experience.
I remember Dilated Peoples. You remember that?
Of course.
That's where I go with
Of
Kanye
course.
West.
That was like
joined
a
Life of
Jurassic
Pablo.
5 era.
Yeah.
What was your first Kanye when you were like, this is my shit?
Life of Pablo was the first album that I got through.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That was a little.
Crazy.
It's later, yeah.
It's crazy, but I mean, it's a great album.
It's a great album.
Yeah, but I think it's like, I don't know. I felt like he kind of jumped the shark after 808s and then has had momentary
The fuck outta
great.
here.
I think he's had great moments since then.
Didn't Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy come out after 808s?
Yeah.
It's
but
literally his best album.
It isn't.
Beautiful Dark.
What do you think
I
it
don't
is?
think so.
This
I
guy,
think-
right? Who invited him anyway?
College Dropout, probably.
That's
Oh
fair.
my God.
That's fair.
It's not fair. You think College Dropout
has
is
great
better
songs.
than Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
Or maybe even high school. I think there's multiple albums better than this, in my humble white opinion.
It's the whitest.
I mean, not as white as being the contrarian who picks this as their favorite.
There's nothing contrarian about this. This is, everybody knows this is best
No
album.
way.
You think he's picking it because he thinks this is the right answer?
Exactly, because he thinks this is what Sway would say.
Let's get Sway in here.
Yeah, because you would say this and Sway would go, you know what though? Sam makes a good point. You know, like
I get dapped up hard.
there's no, you're doing this for points in the culture.
Incorrect.
And it is very transparent. It's definitely, I don't know, it's crazy. I think it's silly to think that.
Beautiful Dark
That's
Twisted
like when people
Fantasy.
say Kendrick's best album is To Pimp a Butterfly.
No, it's not. Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is like, look at every single thing on here is a hit.
A hit?
Yeah.
No.
Power, All the Lights, Monster.
That's 3.
Runaway.
Yeah, now go to his other one. Go to his other albums.
yeah, I don't
He's got like 3 or 4 hits on just about every album.
Not as big as those hits.
What?
Yeah, what are you talking about, dude?
First of all, you going to Travis for approval is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
To say that any of these songs are not as big of a hit.
You didn't
or
object.
Let's research.
You
Let's research
You didn't
this.
object until you heard the passion in Travis's voice, and I mean the fact that that's where you had to go.
No, man.
For your confidence is
It's
sad.
crazy.
It's sad for you.
It's just this is a ice cold take that you're this is a hill that you're dying on. It's like a weird recency bias, even though this is 10 years old.
2010.
10 years old.
Let's see how many hits.
Right. Mike, I don't think you
College
realized how
Dropout.
old you've gotten.
Let's see how many hits these have had.
All
Recency.
falls down.
All Falls Down.
Jesus Walks. I would say Jesus Walks.
Jesus Walks. What
Yeah.
else we got?
Through the Wire.
Through the Wire.
That was his first hit.
His first hit.
And you're going to be like, oh, no, all those other songs were
Yeah, no,
bigger
Monster's
hits
a
than this.
bigger hit than, and Get 'Em High. Monster's a bigger hit.
To Get 'Em High, yes. Monster's a much bigger hit than
No,
Get
but
'Em
not
High.
than Through the Wire.
Through the
Monster
Wire's his
introduced-
first song.
Monster introduced the world to Nicki Minaj. That's
Are you
like,
crazy?
That's how people found out about her.
100%.
Yeah.
I can't.
Your
I
recency.
don't want to.
Here's the thing. You think that everything that came out when you were a certain age is the best.
No, I remember when 808s first came out, people were pissed because it was such a sound departure for him that people were like, this sucks. And then with time, you're like, it turns out every single person has been stealing and biting his shit ever since
You think
that
there's a
moment.
recency bias to his album that came out in 2010?
Okay.
I think Graduation might have bigger hits, but I think Twisted Fantasy.
And what do we know?
First of all, that
of a
wasn't-
sudden,
Twisted Fantasy is a better album to listen to the whole thing.
The
That's right.
21-year-old that we're going to discount that part of it because he only knows Kanye since he's been saying Jews should be exterminated. So
I brought him on board.
Yeah. He's like, oh, and he makes music.
He was like, my favorite album was the Alex Jones interview.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Graduation singles.
Good Life.
Stronger.
Good
Can't
Life.
tell me nothing.
Good Life,
Flashing Lights.
Stronger. Come on.
And
Those
then-
are bigger than both of those are bigger than
You're-
all of the lights.
You know how I can tell? You know how I can tell that you're going to Travis and you're not confident
I'm
in your
presenting the
argument.
facts.
No.
Yeah, he's my fact checker.
You're shifting as you go. You're picking a
I'm
new.
saying there's multiple albums.
No, you picked a
You
new best
said-
album.
But you said no songs are bigger than the songs on My Beautiful Dark Twisted
Which is
Fantasy.
crazy.
And I said it's
that
the
was an
best album
insane
by a
thing to
mile.
say. But you said
That's also
those
a
singles are bigger than anything else he ever
Which
did.
is factually wrong.
Travis, I can have this argument with you. This guy just trying to bounce off of what Travis says.
He's using.
is the
He's
most
fact
pathetic
checking.
thing
He's fact checking for me.
that I've ever seen, and you just shifted your favorite album based on what Travis
I said there's multiple.
You
no, I
said-
said there's multiple albums
you
better
said-
than
Say there are
that.
multiple albums better.
And what else? What did he say was the best album?
I believe
He said College
he said
Dropout.
College Dropout.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah,
okay to
but-
look at the track list and then be like, no, actually, that's
Yeah,
the better one.
yeah. I'm more of a.
We celebrated
I don't
the
really
catalog.
have albums. Spotify's more of like you curate your own playlists. So, and in that playlist,
I think that Mike Feeney is coming to terms with the fact that the stuff that he heard at a certain age, he thinks is the best. This is something that happens to all of us when we hit a certain age.
there's gonna be whatever the opposite of
You claimed-
recency bias.
You claimed recency bias for a 2010 album.
Because I don't think you
Which is
remember.
crazy. It's
I don't
literally
think you can really feel how good those first. When you heard "Good Life" for the first time,
What do you mean I can't feel it? Why would I not be able to feel that?
because you're thinking that "Monster" was a more popular song. "Good Life" was like the hit of the summer, and then
Monster was
every
also
time,
the hit of the summer.
No, when I go to clubs, they're still playing Monster. They're not playing Good Life.
Of course.
That's what I found out.
What clubs are you going to?
He listens to
best
Weekend. He goes to
clubs.
clubs all the time. You kidding me? Jordan, right there. Yeah.
There's no
Actually,
way they're
Jordan and
even
I-
let. And the fact
we're
that you're
going to-
going to Jordan,
we're going to a club for
it
4th of
negates
July.
that I'm going to Travis.
We're
Where
going
are you going? The 40-40
you
club?
are. You're going to Jordan.
We're going
You're
to
going to
40-40.
you're going to
like
a
Mike's going to
21-year-old
going
for
to
your
Haunted House?
argument.
We're going to Camila Cabello show after this. We're gonna go see.
We're gonna go see Sabrina Carpenter.
We're gonna see what.
I don't like.
He's wearing
He
a
doesn't
brand new just bought polo. It still has the wrinkle lines down the sides because it was clearly folded in a package and he didn't have the foresight to iron or steam it. That is a first wear. I'll bet my life on it. Is that not?
100%.
Yes. Look at the two crease lines down the middle, dude.
It does. It does, and you can tell the collar's even like flattened
extra-
from
yeah.
the package that it was.
yes.
Sam, that's your guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
That's who you rest on your laurels with.
Because he keeps it fresh. He keeps it crisp.
Yeah. Hermetically sealed
Yeah,
shirts.
that's right. That's right. You look great, Jordan.
Thank you.
Evil Jordan.
I do love that this has really turned into just a full battle.
He's wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't think Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the best album?
No.
What do you think is?
My personal favorite is College Dropout. That's my personal favorite. I don't think you could be wrong.
College
with
Dropout
having
it's a great album.
I don't think,
They're
I don't,
both
I don't
great
think you could be
albums.
wrong to have a personal favorite.
What if it's Jesus is King?
Okay,
That's wrong.
Then
That
I
would-
would
I wouldn't have that
Yeah.
argument. Like,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you were arguing for Jesus
I mean, if
King,
you have-
I'd
if you're
probably
an
just give you
artist-
your plug and tell you to hit the bricks.
Yeah, you're the defender of Jesus is King. Like, no, but if you listen to what he's not
Anyway,
saying.
Mike Cannon's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I thought you needed
just
me
give
to
me the
elaborate.
wrong name. You just totally plug the wrong
Anyway,
person.
Brendan Sagalow
Yeah, he's-
is.
I think if you're an artist that has what is recognized as multiple great albums, then it's fine to have a different favorite album.
Listen to him. Listen to Travis.
Am I
bringing it
wrong?
home. No, of course
Yeah,
not.
you really Dr.
By the
Phil
way,
that. You know, you brought us all together.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, I love College Dropout. I don't want you to get the wrong impression.
Yeah, but for you to say these singles were bigger,
and with confidence and unequivocal, as
Everything
if
I
to
say
even
is-
challenge that.
Because
is
everything
with
I
the-
say, I'd say everything. If you
I mean,
say
that was
most stuff
crazy,
with confidence,
crazy thing to say.
and you don't have somebody with Wikipedia right there, you can usually get away with.
Yeah, right over your shoulder
It's
too. By the way,
amazing what you can get away with if you just are like, clearly this is true, and you're, I don't have Wiki.
if we didn't have this, your confidence was almost. I was on the fence.
Right.
I was.
I mean, to say Monster's bigger than Stronger is just
That's
insane.
not true.
Yeah.
That's
So your
so
argument's
far
just
from the truth.
done right there. I don't even have to do step 2.
No, but Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the best album.
In your opinion, and that's fine.
Yeah,
You're
that's
allowed to
fine.
have that. It's the wrong one, but you can have it, and it gives you fun street cred.
Yep.
First of all,
I still,
that's not,
I
you
agree with
also,
Mike.
you also.
You're saying it for
Mike
other
Feeney
reasons.
thinks
Yeah.
that Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is a new album.
No,
That has
I'm
street
saying it's a
cred.
newer
It's-
album.
it's
a
sad.
newer album.
It's-
Because we don't even count. Do you count the last, I don't know, 4 as even existing music that you would even put in his?
That's a good question. What are the last 4? I mean,
We got
Donda is
Donda.
like nobody's
Awful.
saying that. There's like one song.
There's like no, there isn't a beat for like the first 48 minutes of that album.
You have to. It's like 2 hours long, and if you go through the whole thing, you can find like maybe one song on there that you're like
one song that you could consider listening to a second time.
That you could even say this is a song.
Yeah,
yeah. So no, you're right. So Donda's one that's off the list. Jesus is King obviously is off.
Yay is Yay's
okay great.
One. It's a
great,
pretty good album.
Very strong.
It's not a hit album.
No,
it's
Yay's great.
Yay's okay
because it's got like 3 to 4.
Because I used to love Kanye, not the old Kanye. That's what you're.
That's Life of Pablo. That one's.
Is it?
This one is the one where he starts it off going, "I thought about killing you." Premeditated murder about Kim.
He knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
This guy,
That's a good thing.
No, Ye is good because it's got 3 or 4 good songs, and there's only 7 songs on the album.
And then after
That's a great ratio.
He had the collab album with Kid Cudi, Kids See Ghosts.
Right. That was when he was releasing.
Kids See Ghosts was great. How about
an album every week?
How about Kid Cudi coming out and just being like, "I'm the only, like, I was the genius in our pairing. You suck. You've always sucked. I
awesome.
gave you relevance." It's like, it's just like completely. You rarely see people who have done a collaborative album like that just come once they go nuts. Just one person being like, not even a little bit defending him. You're like, no, fuck you forever.
I hate
On
that
Twitter
guy.
too,
Yeah,
being
yeah.
like, this guy sucks. He's always sucked. He's jealous of my talent. You're like, wow,
Oof.
wow.
Oof.
Kids See Ghosts was great. I did like that.
I'll probably end it with Ye. So the last 2.
No, and then he had the new one this year with Ty Dolla $ign, Vultures, which is.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard that one?
Awful.
No, yeah, I've heard it. I mean, I've not like really heard it, but yeah, no, I can't go with.
I saw the concert. He did it at UBS Arena, and basically what he does, he walks out with no microphone, and he just plays the album, and then he walks out.
Isn't that a fun thing?
Yeah.
Isn't that a fun, cool thing to not do it, not perform it, just have somebody else?
And to bill them as concerts.
Oh man!
Right, not listening parties.
Speaking of concerts, can I tell you what I have going on today?
Camila Cabello.
Close. Honestly, close.
Really?
So I'm going to. Have you been to Jones Beach Theater?
Sure.
Out of Long Island,
Yeah,
one of the best
yeah,
venues you can go to.
I saw
Just
Rob
a
Zombie there.
Full
Yeah.
beach behind you, outdoor venue, amazing.
Virus tour there.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I guess we did. Yeah.
I one time saw Ozfest there, and Black Sabbath reunited that year, and then there was pouring rain for Judas Priest, and then when they were setting up for Sabbath, it was August or June or whatever, so there was like heat. It was so hot. There was literal heat lightning offshore, and they came out. Black Sabbath came out to like purple skies post rain and lightning to War Pigs, and you're like, this is the most metal thing. You couldn't time it if you tried to make it that badass. And but instead today's a very different thing. I'm going to see Maroon 5 with Brendan Sagalow. We are going on a Maroon 5 date.
The 2 of you.
Just the 2 of us. Specifically, no significant others allowed. And it turned. I was his. There's a story behind it. We don't even need it. I think that's.
I'd rather see Limp Bizkit perform the album "Significant Other."
I would pay to see Limp Bizkit see Significant Other, and I'm furious I never got to see them. And they're having a moment, and now they're going back to doing like arenas, and they're crushing. I mean, these videos of them, and just the all the videos of him bringing up guitarists and stuff like that. I'll talk about Limp Bizkit in a second because I think that they're finally getting the respect they deserve. But no, Sagalow bought this for his girlfriend as a birthday present. He had a whole beautiful romantic trip plan, and then she got a writing job in Fiji. So she's a comedian too. So she's in Fiji.
What kind of writing job?
For 8 weeks on Love Island.
Oh wow!
So she's writing on that show for 8 weeks, and he did it. So this beautiful gesture. Now he's like, "Do you want to go with me?" So I was like, "Yeah, dude." So now we're just gonna have just a fun.
I mean, there's hits.
I'm sure Maroon. There's probably so many more hits than we realize. I mean, I can think of probably 5, but there's probably the whole. I bet I'll know every song except 2.
I'll bet you're right. And I wonder if he'll play. Didn't he do? What's the Kanye song he did? I wonder if he does that.
I bet they put on a fantastic show.
I wouldn't go that far.
You don't think so?
Not fantastic, no. Like
strong word.
The idea that anyone, man or woman, is a legitimate Maroon 5 fan in this day and age is befuddling to me.
I mean, I already know moves like Jagger, Animals, Harder to Breathe.
Yeah.
This Love. I mean, there's hits, pal.
Payphone.
There's hits. I don't know Payphone, but
I'm at a payphone.
Oh, that song annoys me. I think I'll probably just, drink a lot and, we'll take some edible. I think we'll really...
And you can almost enjoy it ironically in a sense.
Yeah, I love a good ironic, pretending that we're not really enjoying it moment.
Right, and because you are.
We're wouldn't it be so ironic if we held hands during this?
Oh my gosh, we should hug and jump and dance. Yeah.
I'm crying ironically, but it's just a beautiful song. But I do, so that's going to be my day. So I think that'll
tough, man.
Listen, man, I'm here for my friend.
Nice.
Otherwise he's just going to be sitting there alone.
Was he still going to go?
He really wants to go.
He bought these tickets, and I'm sure they're not cheap.
Yeah, but it's sold out.
Is it?
That's wild.
Wow, I can't believe there's that many people.
And they just redid Jones Beach, by the way. I think they actually serve alcohol there now, which they didn't for my whole life. Then now they finally
still
sell.
Flood?
Yeah, but they actually added more seats, so it's even better. I think it's almost. I want to say it's.
They added seats to the top.
They added seats. I don't know if they couldn't possibly add seats to the top. Yeah,
back and forth.
But
it's very steep.
How many? Look at the capacity of that. It's got to be. It's a way bigger number than you anticipate. I'm gonna guess 15,000.
15,000 exactly.
Wow! Really? Look at me. It's huge. It's almost Madison. It's 3,000 away from Madison Square Garden. But
wow! I was gonna think 7,000.
Right. I know. It's sneaky how big it is.
Amphitheaters are
huge.
They fit people in. PNC, one at Camden, whatever it's called.
Red Rocks, all those things. But
15,000 people are going to watch Maroon 5 tonight.
Excitedly, sold out.
That's nuts.
Yeah, we might go there early for the notorious tailgate they have.
Yeah. It'd be really ironic. We should buy T-shirts.
Yeah. It's so funny. I asked my wife, I was like, "Do you want me to get you a Maroon 5 T-shirt?" She was like, "I'm good." I think she did see them when she was 17.
Sure.
When This Love was out.
I'm not saying there was never a time
probably
that it was
at Toad's Place in Connecticut.
Right. I'm not saying there was never a time that somebody could say, "I'm into this." Specifically, probably female more.
Yeah.
But
well,
now,
it's like going to see The Weeknd. You know what I mean? Where it would be sort of an embarrassing male thing to go to. But Jordan, I bet that you would go with one of your male friends.
We had floor seats. Me and my male friend.
Those are very expensive.
Oh yeah.
Did you dance with him?
Oh yeah, we danced all night. Ironically though, when we held hands and hugged a few times.
And you're sober. There was no
I drink, but
okay.
That night I was
because I could see rolling my face off on Molly and being going to The Weeknd and just having the greatest time.
Right. Do you like Maroon 5?
They got a lot of hits. I would
figured you might like Maroon 5.
I would see him live just because I feel like I saw that set list. I know every song.
You'd enjoy that set list.
I enjoy most of it.
This is a safe space.
And he's gonna. Here's the thing. It's kind of hot out tonight.
He's gonna take his shirt off.
He's popping that top off. I'm gonna guess 3 songs in, that shirt's gone.
Look, that man's about 53 years old. He doesn't stay in shape like that to not pop his shirt off.
You're gonna pop the shirt off. I will say there was one time I went to some show at Barclays, and I think Migos was opening, and I forgot who it was for, and one of the guys took his shirt off in a moment of excitement over the song, and then he threw it, and then he did the whole song, and then after the song he went over and picked his shirt up and put it back on because it was cold in there, and I go, "Hey man, once you pop the shirt, it's off the whole set."
I think that's right.
We don't get to watch you struggle to put it back over your head, over the hair and everything. You gotta, it stays off.
Yeah,
that was the most
it's not cool.
unconfident thing I've ever seen in my life.
It humanizes you to a degree that you're like, I shouldn't have bought tickets.
I literally went, ugh. It was a disgusting, despicable moment.
It was.
Despicable me.
Yeah.
In theaters today.
Yeah.
Get your tickets now.
You love Despicable Me.
I've seen every film.
I want you to be honest with us.
It's brain rot, but it's the type of brain rot that you gotta.
Well, it's not brain rot.
It's a kids movie.
It's for children.
Yeah, well.
It's not brain rot. It's made for children, small children. When my kids are like, "Oh, I like Despicable Me," I don't go
"Oh," and he's got the guitar strap across.
Oh yeah.
You taking your kids out to see the Minions this week?
Yeah. If we got some downtime, I would take them to see that in theaters. They like seeing Mario in theaters. They're children. They like those movies.
Oh, dude, my kid's way into Elmo. Sesame Street's
Sure.
We thought Sesame Street was out, and it came roaring back.
That's great.
It's just...
How old is he now?
A year, 20 months. So
okay, so yeah, Sesame Street's got to be
Elmo.
Just hitting in all the right spots.
Cookie. Yeah. I mean, just,
Like for him, Elmo hits in all the right spots. Like for Jordan when he sees the Maroon 5 guy and no shirt on. He's like, you know what?
great.
Not only would I see this, I'm on StubHub right now.
See what I do respect about Maroon 5 is that he puts himself so far in front of the rest of the band. They're
Right.
20 feet behind him, and I kind of respect that because there's other times. I went with Big J and all those guys and James, and we also Tool when they were at Barclays Center. And listen, Tool's a good band.
Mm-hmm.
Don't at me.
Mm-hmm.
But this whole thing of him being like, I don't know if you've seen Tool live, but he performs essentially off to the side, almost behind the drummer in like the shadows. And it's this whole thing of, he says, it's insisting upon itself. It's this thing of like, I'm not the front of this band. The band is the band.
False
and
humility.
It's false humility.
Mm-hmm.
It's this like, because all you're doing when he's singing is you're looking for him even more. So it's even more distracting that he's hiding in the corner because you're going, where is he? I want to see him. Is he even singing at that point? Or is it just a track play? It's very, I found it very annoying.
You want a band to have a front man. That's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right. I mean, Maroon 5, it looked like when they were performing, it was very, no doubt, don't speak music video energy.
Yes,
When
yes,
it's like,
yes.
whoever, it's Adam, whatever his name is, and the Maroon 5.
Levine, yes.
Adam Levine and
Yes.
the Maroon 5.
Yeah.
That's like what Camila Cabello did to Fifth Harmony.
That's what she did, yeah.
Okay, that's
Wow.
just making sure that I was on the right page there.
Yeah. Oh, if they're going to be doing laser shows like that, I'm going to be...
This is Tool.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you see him? Look, he's all the way in the back.
That's him up
There's no
there?
spotlight on him. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It's so like, dude, at least have a... Also, by the way, we paid money to see everyone in the band.
Yeah. Look, I saw Limp Bizkit at the Garden.
God damn it, I'm still so mad about that.
There were plenty of seats. You could have gone.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
It was
You guys
available.
saw them in the weird jump where they were doing, I think, Gramercy Theater, and then that got canceled because of COVID, and then they just took a big swing and went for Madison Square Garden, and they overcorrected, and then right after that moment, this weird, wild nostalgia period hit.
The shows were so good.
And because they've always been good.
They're great.
Here's the thing. Limp Bizkit, the thing about Limp Bizkit, I feel like I've said this every time I go on any show that talks about Limp Bizkit or music, is that they've always been like a jokey, kind of like in the vein of Beastie Boys type band, where they never took themselves seriously. I used to listen to a lot of Korn. If people want to shit on Korn, I get it, because Korn is very like brooding, and they were serious.
Which Korn?
What do you mean?
Pre-TRL Korn or TRL Korn?
I'm talking first 3 albums, Korn.
That's a different Korn.
Yeah.
I like that Korn.
But Limp Bizkit from their first album have been funny and like jokey, and like it's always been a thing. And then they just happen to have sick riffs, and people. And now they're doing all of these international shows that they're playing in front of hundreds of thousands of people, and bringing up kids.
It's great to have Wes Borland back.
Wes Borland, he's everything with that. You know what I mean? But it just
shit.
Also, like, he hasn't lost a step, Fred Durst.
No, he's a great performer.
And he also just sounds like he can still hit the screams, you know?
Yeah.
He's not like Axl Rose, you know what I mean?
The thing that happened with Limp Bizkit is they got way too big, way too fast. And also, like, late 90s, early 2000s.
New metal.
Metal. And genres were very split. If you were this, you didn't want to be that.
You had to hate it.
Eminem, one of the things that got him over was making fun of all the pop stars, right? So Limp Bizkit is more the Eminem category. And when Fred Durst starts like doing shit with Christina Aguilera, we say fuck him. And that cost him a lot for a long time, years.
Yeah. They also didn't put out a good album for decades.
After Chocolate Starfish ended. Chocolate Starfish was the end.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. And even that, now I look back and go, but I remember when I first got that album being like, this is not even close to the first two.
And the music video for Behind Blue Eyes, the Limp Bizkit cover, was a mistake.
But did you see Ed Sheeran just came out and did Behind Blue Eyes with him on stage. It might have been at this show. I don't know, but it was.
That's so fucking cool.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran is a real one, and people don't realize that.
He is.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran's the man. He
You
came
like
out
Ed
with
Sheeran,
Offspring
Jordan?
too because he
Ed
was talking
Sheeran,
to Offspring.
he's pretty good. Yeah.
He likes Camila Cabello more than he likes Ed Sheeran.
Ed
Who
Sheeran.
is this guy?
I mean,
They have
look
a
at
song
West-
together.
Look how
Sam.
John Otto's an underrated drummer.
He just said they have a song together. He knows everything about Camila Cabello.
I don't like her.
He's obsessed.
He's the guy holding the sign at the concerts.
Yeah. I'm pregnant, Camila.
Yeah, dude. John Otto is a great drummer. He doesn't get enough credit. I mean, they're just always been a good band. I'm glad they're finally getting their flowers again.
They're getting their love.
Yeah.
And it's cool to say you like them now.
That's the thing. It's not even that it's cool. It's that it's not embarrassing anymore. It's not. You don't get shamed for saying that.
Which I like, but also like part of me does ask some people, well, where were you when the times got tough?
Oh, dude, I've been fighting this war since 2003.
Right.
I've been on this. I died on this hill so many times, and I keep coming back to life because look at this, and people are still jumping. Look how much fun he's having. He's fucking around.
You're like me in post-Attitude Era WWE, where I'm like, no, it's still good, and everybody was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, dude, I still go down like rabbit hole. I just found. This is why YouTube is the greatest thing in the world, because whenever you look up something, it's always, I've never looked up something and not been able to find it. The other night, it was like 2 a.m. I was going to bed and I saw something on my Instagram how it was the anniversary of the Undertaker Mankind Hell in a Cell.
Sure.
And I just go, man, I've seen that match so many times. It's one of the greatest matches of all time. And I go, I always just like, I would love to see, I just said this out loud, I go, I'd love to see like some commentary with Mankind and Undertaker kind of like talking to, I put it in YouTube, the first video that comes up, it's them sitting down watching it together, talking about everything. It was the perfect, it was like 12 minutes long. It was the perfect amount of everything where you go, the internet's the best, dude.
Yeah.
It just provided every context about being like, he's tapping me, telling me like I can't feel anything. You know, like he's like, did I get to the tacks afterwards where he's got 1,000 tacks in his back? It was great.
Just these two, like this, you're watching this absolute carnage, and the two legends that were involved are just kind of giggling to each other about, yeah, that was kind of wild, huh?
Yeah, and him being like, my fat ass struggling to get up the fence even to start it, you know what I mean? But dude, and even watching that, it was crazy. That was my, anytime someone was like, because I was deep into wrestling at that point, anytime anyone goes wrestling was fake, that was my, oh yeah? Let me show you this.
You ever seen
a man's tooth go through his nose?
Jordan, what do you think about Hell in a Cell?
I don't know who that is.
Dude.
I'm gonna be.
You never heard Hell in a Cell's feature with Camila Cabello?
No, I only listened to adjacent artists to Camila.
That's a great.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is or what they do.
Yeah. And frankly, I don't care for their tone. But dude, him getting off that stretcher that first time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Just like
with that sadistic smile on his face.
It's the greatest.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest moments. He's in real rough shape, that guy. Now.
Well, he went through a cage.
Yeah. And over it, and
under it, with the whole thing,
all the things. Yeah.
We were talking earlier. We're trying to.
Oh yeah. But I want to see Jordan's without having to do a full thing. We have to see Jordan's reaction. Can you go to like where it happened like way back? Yeah. Show. So Jordan, they're on 15 feet above the ring, which is already 5 feet in the air or something like that. And this, what is Undertaker? He also said Undertaker was like he was going to suplex me here, and I immediately put a stop to that because it was giving. Nope. Yeah, he was like, "Fuck that noise." And then, Mankind's got to be 270. I mean, he's a big boy. And then Jesus,
throws him right off.
And what I didn't notice until this little commentary was that there were announcers sitting at that table as he was in midair. Yeah. They had no idea that he was, and the just got out of the way.
Ready for it.
No.
They're like, whoop, zoom out.
Yeah.
Jordan, you ever see anything like that? Get thrown right off the top.
There's no stunt. I mean, there's no like.
He's speechless.
And the sound of it. And by the way, those are like breakaway, like broadcast. I mean, they're made of balsa wood and stuff, but doesn't help the cause.
No, it doesn't help. It's very far.
That means it's almost like having direct impact with the ground.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Which is concrete, by the way.
Yeah. With a 1/4-inch pad.
Yeah.
And so for the next 15 minutes, an Undertaker's sitting up here going, "Please be alive, please be alive, please be alive." And then they take him out on a stretcher because obviously the man's dead,
Is he?
He could be, right?
This is so fun seeing that this is a real time. You haven't getting someone to see experiences for the first time is a very fun thing. So they come in, they take him off. Undertaker's still just standing at the top. He's alive, but he's for sure broken everything. Who even knows how many bones he's breaking?
Let's get. And then obviously Jordan.
Yeah.
The stretcher comes and it's done, right?
And it's of course over. But also here's the fun part: they had to raise the cell off the ground to get the stretcher through.
Sure.
So Undertaker's an additional 10 feet
still up
higher
there.
in the air.
Terry Funk.
Good
is
old
one of
Terry Funk.
Mankind's great friends.
Yeah, allies.
Helping out on the stretcher. We've seen Mr. McMahon before.
Vince McMahon definitely is having a fuck Owen Hart Part 2 moment to himself.
This is not again.
This was like a month after.
Was it that close to it? It couldn't have been that close.
I think it was.
I thought Owen Hart was 97 or something.
No, I think it was May
Wow.
98 and this was June 98.
That's wild.
They're trying
and the man is just, for sure. I would love to see a full medical.
No. He died in 99.
Oh, I thought.
Oh, it was
Okay. So
before.
this was 11 months before.
Wow. So this was Owen Hart's I got to top this.
Look at.
If you could see, he said that he was making eye contact with the people in the nosebleeds. That's how high up he was.
What's up,
I mean,
bro?
look how high up.
Look at that.
That dude is. It's 15 feet on the top. If it wasn't raised off the ground an additional 10 feet.
But he can't sit down because he's the Undertaker. And that
Yeah, he
wouldn't
just
look
has to
cool.
stand and brood.
Yeah.
And by the way, the fence is bending in and giving way.
Popping.
Yeah, so he's just being if he falls from this, he could die.
And that's the end of that. Am I
That's
right?
the end, and that's the end, man. Which is just a sad. And this is the first 4 minutes, not even of this match, which is what's pretty unbelievable.
Jordan, you've never seen anything like that, have you?
No.
The Weeknd
No.
doesn't do that.
The
Weeknd
Weeknd does
doesn't
not do that.
No.
And
Wait, what's going on in the aisle?
Now hold on a
What?
second.
Is he all right?
Maybe he had flatlined, and they're trying to.
Looks like the Undertaker.
Climb down, and he's I don't want to be.
Yeah, he's done. The Undertaker's ankle was legit broken, by the way.
Yes, it was. Yeah. And now wait a minute.
Wait.
Jordan.
No fucking way.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh my god.
No!
Right back up.
You son of a bitch!
He's climbing back up!
You crazy son of a bitch!
Why would you do it?
And if
Why
you knew
would
the
do
stakes
that?
of Mankind, who, by the way, had already peaked, and he was on the downturn of his career and was not really seen in the same class as The Undertaker, to know that this
He
is
was after this.
He was after this.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
And again, if you see everything, look at the buckling of that fence.
That fence is gonna go in.
Yeah, and then, wait a minute! Oh! By the way, that steel chair bounced up and hit him directly in the face.
Hey,
This is fun. Watching this with a 21-year-old.
Did you see that? What did you think of that?
The fence wasn't supposed to give way like that. So again, this is another moment of The Undertaker truly being terrified that this man is fully dead.
Yeah, Jordan, the cage wasn't supposed to break.
Yeah, the cage was not supposed to break, and he just fell directly on his back on canvas a moment after. And now The Undertaker, from what the commentary said, he's legitimately scared. Oh, and he's got the broken
His
ankle.
ankle's broken, and Foley is out on his feet. He has no idea where he is.
He is not conscious. He's barely. That fence. I mean, that chair hit him in the face and knocked his tooth out of his mouth and in through his nose.
Oh,
the slowest choke slam in history.
Well, Terry wasn't. He wasn't there to take bumps that day.
No.
But he's good for one.
He's good for one.
His shoe fell off.
So there's a I don't know if he told the story on the video that you watched, but when Mick finally kind of comes to his senses and they start this match going again for the third time, he's kind of figuring out where he's at, and he's doing stuff, and he's doing moves to the Undertaker, and then he looks over and he sees the sneaker, and he whispers to the Undertaker, "Whose shoe is that?"
No, he didn't say that. That's very fun. But he just kept saying, like, we got to get to the... He's saying that he just kept saying, we got to get to the tax.
We got to do the tax.
And Undertaker keeps telling, he's like whispering to him. He's like, let's just go home. Let's just go home. Let's end it. Let's end it. He's like, no.
Did he tell the story about the end of the match? Like afterwards?
Where he was in the back being like, we're sitting in the back with all the tax going, did we get to the tax?
Yeah, he's like literally...
Has no idea. Yeah, let's fast forward to that part of it. Wait till he pulls him out, because that's a great moment.
There you go.
Go back. Yeah. Maybe split.
Can you imagine if this had ended in a sleeper hold?
Yeah.
After all that.
So, I don't know if you could see, but this is the first time that in American WWF that like thumbtacks. Those are all thumbtacks.
Oh no.
Jordan,
Yeah.
how do you feel?
And he said that wasn't enough, so he rolled around in them.
I mean, he's the greatest.
He rolled around in thousands of thumbtacks.
Who gave more?
No one.
Not a single person. This is why this man cannot walk and looks like Ozzy Osbourne now.
He's like 20.
You see them not just in his shirt.
All over his arms. All over. Again, and if you could see a close-up of his face, his tooth is literally sticking out of his nose, and then...
No.
This isn't enough.
Oh.
He said his biggest regret was not jumping up higher for the
That's his
choke
biggest
slam.
regret.
Yeah. He said he felt like a bad partner. He felt like he could have jumped up higher for both the one through the fence, but Undertaker was like, if you went through that, if you jumped up higher for the choke slam through the fence, you probably would have died. And now
and
this.
So yeah,
And then here's the beautiful part about this match is that he doesn't, and he also kicked his leg out to be like, I'm still fighting at the end. But
you don't have me yet.
But the beautiful thing about this, I think, is that he doesn't win. It's like Rocky. You know what I mean? There's his tooth, but it's like a Rocky.
Right there, Jordan?
It's like a Rocky moment. Yeah, he's missing like 4 front teeth, but one is through his nose. It's one of the greatest matches, and I'm so happy. Jordan, what did you think of that, pal?
It's exhilarating.
You can't not get goosebumps when you see a man put his body on the line like that.
He didn't have a great recollection of the match immediately after the match,
Yeah.
And his whole body was covered in thumbtacks, and he asked the Undertaker, "Did we ever get to the thumbtacks?"
He said while they were picking him out of his bag.
They're in your body.
Yeah. He was out.
How do you think they got there?
Yeah. And the Undertaker was like, "It's the most scared I've ever been in my life." It's just thinking that I killed you twice in one match.
It was a wild time.
Yeah, that was talk about like wrestling jumping a shark, And I don't mean to besmirch. I know you're
because
you're
not
deep in that
slamming
world,
people off of cage. Wrestling is actually way back.
I know it's like popularity back, but it doesn't. Maybe it could be a thing of.
Wait a minute.
Maybe it could be a thing of I've aged.
Is Mike back to when I was growing up, it was really good.
I mean, to say that it has the fever pitch that it did during like Attitude Era, I think would be just a company man bullshit lie by you. But I think that it's certainly popular. But dude, like wrestling back in the day, it was like a mainstream. They did talk shows. They were on like Letterman. You know what I mean? Like it was like people.
Well, yeah, but the other problem is that they're on talk shows still, but who watches talk shows?
Yeah, but who wasn't the last wrestler besides?
They're on Fallon all the time.
Who?
Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes.
Are they?
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
But are they? That's how I make you lose your confidence. Are they though? And you're like, well, shit, I don't have Wikipedia.
Yeah. Fuck. Let me think.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still on talk shows, but nobody watches talk shows.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Doesn't feel like it has the cultural impact these days, but the kids on TikTok. But who knows? Maybe they do.
Yeah. Well, 2 nights in a stadium.
Sure. I mean, they've been playing stadiums since the 80s, but I understand.
Stadium since the 80s.
Right? Aren't they? Since every WrestleMania since forever.
Has been in a stadium.
I mean, Nassau Coliseum
is a stadium.
You're taking like 80,000 people you're talking about.
Well, an arena.
Arena. So you're thinking stadium. Even when they had, what was the outdoor WrestleMania?
Oh, that was the best. That was in Vegas, right?
No, the first outdoor.
The first outdoor
in WrestleMania 3.
The one with Hulk Hogan?
And Andre.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the one in Vegas.
That was an arena. That's WrestleMania 3.
No, that was a stadium.
But I'm saying that. I'm sorry, that was a stadium, but that was WrestleMania 3. So yeah, so going back to
you just said they literally did a WrestleMania at the Hartford Civic Center.
Yeah.
That's not
Again, I'm not saying wrestling
Is
is
that
not
like when a really popular band decides to do a small venue?
yeah.
intimate. And a special intimate showing. Yeah,
I'm not saying that wrestling isn't popular. I'm saying that it doesn't have the cultural like stranglehold that it did in the late 90s. It was crazy. People going, every kid doing the suck it. I mean, it was
and just flipping off their teachers.
Yeah,
because like Stone Cold taught them.
There were news reports about that. Like,
I remember that.
You got to stop telling your teachers to suck it.
The kid who flipped him off. And I'll be honest, I don't think about 60 to 70% of kids actually knew what that meant.
No. I don't think I did.
I don't think I did either.
Yeah, but it was so cool.
They're like, what's it? I'm like, just suck it, dude.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
I don't know where. I'm going to put this X right over my crotch, but that has nothing to do with my penis.
Something in this area.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Suck everything. Suck my nipples.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. You suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
I mean, and Mankind, by the way, walking. Oh, I mean, granted, with 3 and 4 people carrying him.
Had to do it.
The fact that he's still walking on 2 feet is like, how lucky are those people that saw that match?
Oh. What? A generation of kids yelling, suck it.
They did a special report on it.
Inappropriate sexual gestures and language. Most recently, after he pointed toward his crotch.
Dude, I had that exact haircut.
A Guy Fieri haircut?
At a female classmate.
It was popular.
Frosted tips?
Yeah.
What are you telling someone?
Oh, here we go.
It's just a gesture. I mean, it's not like I'm not saying, get your head down there and suck it.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, lighten up, dude.
By the way, the fact that their last name is Fear is so fun.
Yeah,
because they're so concerned. Look how
I also love
the
that
boy should say suck it.
That means Corey Fear already has a wrestling name.
Amazing name.
Friends, people you see, you hear them in the stores, everywhere you go. So it's not just him singling out doing it.
So we got a generation of kids yelling "suck it."
Yeah.
What did you get in trouble?
I also
5? Is he 5?
I love that they found the parents that were like, my boy's telling people to suck it. He can tell people to suck it.
Suck it. And that's,
like they're defending
all over town.
Yeah. Okay, we're not talking to a 5-year-old.
Yeah. All right.
What were you doing? Suck it. What is that?
Oh, this is my favorite. What is that? Thaddeus? Hey, his name is legitimately Thaddeus. Hey, Thaddeus, what is suck it?
Yeah, suck it.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Suck it. What is that? My private part.
Thaddeus Simmons.
Wow, he knew.
Private part.
My private part.
Goes to kindergarten near Memphis, Tennessee. He was punished for using WWF language. 4 6th graders at the same school were suspended for acting out violent scenes they saw
Best thing to happen to
performed
wrestling.
by WWF wrestlers.
That's really
When
what.
I ask them, where do you pick this up? And they say, oh, Miss Allen, they do it on the wrestling program. Don't you watch the wrestling?
But this is why.
Is that how the conversation
This
went?
is how things got so popular during this time. Same thing with Eminem, where it's like all the people that were like, how dare, all like the pearl clutching of like, how dare you listen to this person? They're dangerous. It's how Grand Theft Auto got popular. It was all of these things. Marilyn Manson, dude. All of those things of people going, you can't. Our parents would say you shouldn't listen to that. It's like it's the easiest, most formulaic thing. But which, by the way, the Rolling Stones was for our parents.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Where they were like, oh, he's like gyrating on stage. How dare he? He should be, in a suit doing lounge singing.
I think now the same thing happens, except instead of like outrage, it's general confusion.
Yeah.
Like when parents are confused, like, what is that? That's when the kids are like, yeah, that's my thing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It's brutal.
Because we went as far as we could possibly go.
I don't know what my kid's going to listen to, but it's going to be disappointing for sure.
Yeah.
Like whatever the music he listens to.
You kind of just have to succumb. You know what I mean? Succumb to that and go like.
No. He does like music though, because I'll put on, I try to put on like non-children music as well. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Even like literally Stevie Wonder, you put on, or James Brown.
Yeah.
Just that like din like that kind of stuff. He gets his head go. He's into it. You know what I mean? Because it's infectious even as a kid.
I also think more and more that like there's not as much a separation as there used to be. Like when we were growing up, it's like you were going out and buying a CD, and
Right.
this is what I want. The fact that everything is just kind of all just there in the same place. You're still going to like your newer stuff more, but the idea of finding older stuff is not nearly as Like, you're not going to go to a store and buy a CD
Right.
of a band from 20 years ago when you're in high school. But if it's just like right there on streaming.
I also never, like, my dad listened to so much great music when I was a kid, and I never was like, that music sucks, Dad. I always was like, oh, I love Billy Joel and the Rolling Stones and all these. I also like Senses Fail and and like all these other, and Taking Back Sunday and these emo screamo bands. It was and metal. It was just that whole thing. But it's
if you do it right.
And I'm starting.
But sometimes you end up with a kid who's like, no, Camila Cabello is my favorite.
Yeah, that's a I
like Maroon 5 and
what a
Camila
brutal
Cabello
existence.
and-
But
yeah,
no,
that's
but
tough.
I will say I do think I'm starting to foray a little bit into country, and I'm
Country's great.
very upset about it
No,
because
country's great.
Listen, there's older country like folk, like whatever Johnny Cash is. I think he's technically folk or country,
like almost like outlaw country.
Yeah, but radio country, I for the most part hate. But there's some people you just like Chris Stapleton. You can't deny that man.
Well, yeah, and there's generations of it because I feel like that genre kind of really kicked in the 90s, like with Shania Twain and Garth Brooks, and Alan Jackson.
Yeah,
and but also again going
what's
back
that
to
driving in Memphis?
Yeah.
Was that Walking in Memphis?
Walking in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walking in Memphis. That genre cutoff thing doesn't happen anymore like it used to happen, where like those country stars are still like country's huge now. I mean, I guess it always was.
Country's been like the #1 selling genre for like 20 years.
Yeah.
But
it's not as separated as it used to be.
Well, because it doesn't seem as cartoonish as it used to be, where there are still those bands. I remember my roommate in college would listen to like a lot of like Kenny Chesney and those kinds of things, where there's always been like, I got a barbecue stain and I drive a tractor and Bud Lights for me, which I think it's kind of technically still a lot of country is. But I know like Post Malone's country now.
Yeah.
That new Post Malone song with the guy who can't stop saying the N-word. What's his name? What?
Morgan Whaley.
Yeah, that guy. I like how they were like, yeah. I mean, that song rules. It's hard to be. Have you heard that song?
Come on. I'm sure I've heard it.
It's so catchy. It's so it has the Post Malone catchiness with but then they just add like a twang, just throw a twang in there and it makes everything sound good.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, there's more and more country on pop radio. That pop country infusion.
Yeah.
We had Fast Car.
You know who else? You also know who was I think a part of going back to that was Lil Nas X too.
That was a big part of it. Huge part of it. And Jelly Roll is a big part of it now.
Yes,
Jelly Roll is a big crossover guy.
Now Post Malone's doing a whole country tour.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think he lives in Austin now too. Did you ever see?
I like that. Yeah, I have heard this.
Did you ever
see
that?
That Post Malone started as this guy that people kind of goofed on and didn't take seriously, and kind of just pushed through it, doing his thing, and is now looked at as a legitimate artist.
But he also is the first one to say, I've heard him say, I can't sing. He goes, if it wasn't for auto-tune, I would not be able to.
And he used that to get popular, and now he's doing what he wants to do.
He's doing what he wants to.
He's done every genre. He's done hip hop, pop, rock.
You
now
like
he's
Post
doing
Malone?
country. Oh yeah, Post Malone's
He
great.
was in a hardcore band.
I mean,
growing up.
this is one of those. Whenever songs.
He just likes music.
Dude, when he did during the pandemic, and he did that live stream where he played Nirvana in the dress, and you're like, dude, this guy rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just likes music.
And it's one of those things where you go, when you listen to the song, I always am so envious of people that have these big hits, and they go, at the time of recording this, where you're like, this is gonna fucking blow up, dude.
Yeah.
When you just go, dude, we are gonna make so much fun. We're gonna tour. This is gonna buy us multiple houses. People are gonna, for the rest of our lives, we're gonna be playing this song.
100%.
It has everything. It's like one guy sings the first verse and chorus, then the other guy gets introduced, he sings the verse and chorus, then they come together and do it.
It's almost like without saying it, they're just redoing. I'm a little bit country.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit rock and roll.
Yeah.
Let's come together. Yeah.
Or like Ebony and Ivory, like all of these things. It's just the perfect.
And I mean, dude, they're waving the American flag.
Pickup trucks.
Fucking rolls.
Even that hat is great.
Yeah.
Upside down Houston, whatever that means.
Yeah. Whatever it means. I think I'm on board with it. I don't know.
I bet his earliest, the stuff that made him popular.
Posty?
Yeah. Is the genre that he hates the most.
But he might have liked it then.
Maybe, but he used that as a way to get popular.
I do respect people.
You think so?
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
anything that he's done after that, he's just been doing what he wants, and he can do what he wants.
I used to argue with people like it was like, like I sometimes used to hate when people would reinvent themselves too much, you know what I mean, where you got like too weird. Like even Led Zeppelin got super weird towards the end and stuff, but then you go, it's either that or you just become the band who makes the exact same music, like the Blink-182 or Green Day kind of. I guess Green Day had departed as well, but there's like some of those bands where you just go, you can't sing about being an angsty teen when you're 50. Like Sum 41, I think, stayed the same.
Well, I don't know how much else Sum 41 had to do. You know what I mean? like it was like, this is what we've got to offer.
Right, but it's like they could have. There's just some bands where you go, for every Radiohead that completely changed genres and you get pissed about it, and then you look back on the album years later and you go, that's actually pretty fucking great. There's those people who just give you what you want. Here's what you like from us, and here's what it is.
And it does, to your point, you like get to this place where you're going, oh, these guys are doing it for me. Like they don't even like this anymore. They're not doing it for them. They're doing it.
They
because...
know this is like trying to recapture the magic, and I do.
Well, that's why I think this is who Post Malone really is. Because when he did that Pandemic thing with Nirvana, I was like, you know these songs already. Like, this is what you like.
Oh, you didn't learn this.
Yeah, you didn't learn this to do this. This is what you've been doing your whole life.
And when you hear any interview with the guy, it's like...
He seems like the coolest
He comes across as just a legitimate dude. Like, you don't feel like he's putting on a show.
No.
In this conversation.
He's very humble.
Yeah, there's a humility. And a real... life person to him.
And
you
lot
love him.
of drugs.
I like him a lot.
of drugs.
But you also, I don't even
How
think
come
he's...
you're willing to admit you like Post Malone but not Camila? You're going to say it by the end of the show. You love Camila.
Love her. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're doing it sarcastically because you do this weird thing sometimes, I've noticed since you started, where you say you like something sarcastically, but you actually do like it, and I don't understand why you're saying it sarcastically.
I'm not a Camila Cabello fan.
That's bullshit.
No.
Do you believe that? Mike,
not for a second. No one knows that much about anything that they're not a fan of. You know?
Nobody says her name that way and isn't a fan.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You gave her the proper double L.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cabello.
Yeah. No, Post Malone, I've seen him. I don't even call it a reinvention because I've seen it progress. Like at one point he had Ozzy Osbourne and Travis Scott on the same song with him.
That's right.
That album ruled.
That was a good album.
I think that was his best.
I'm not going to argue about Post Malone's bad.
Hollywood is Bleeding. Great.
I don't know enough about the full scope of his albums to.
That had.
I would love to
That
argue.
had, I think, his biggest hit on it, which was what was his?
He had Circles, Sunflower,
and Sunflower.
Wow was a big hit too.
Feels like that must be the best. That must be the best album.
Yeah. But that's that's the genius of him, where you go, hey, I'm never hitting that again. Let's try something totally different.
Yeah, maybe I'll hit something differently.
Yeah. And he did.
Right. And you could have favorite out. Like there are people.
That song is the white middle America song of the summer. For Not Like Us is for like the coast and the South.
Yeah.
That is the white people song of the summer.
And there's a lot of people, I'll bet, that are now Post Malone fans because of that song.
For sure.
You know what I mean? People who that's their shit are like, okay, I'll give this guy a try. I wouldn't have before.
Need a good reinvention.
He's had a lot of hits.
So many hits.
Rockstar, #1.
Yeah.
Psycho, #1. Better Now, almost.
Better Now is on that
wasn't one. Wow.
Yeah. Sunflower, #1.
Better Now wasn't a #1 song?
No.
That's crazy because I feel like
Better Now was on that album too, wasn't it?
That was on Beer Bongs.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I heard Better Now for a period of time every single place I went. Like it was just everywhere.
And it was stuck. All of his songs get stuck in your head in a way that become annoying to the point of like angering because you go, I can't get it out of my. It's like an earworm.
Yeah.
Circles, all of those.
Circles.
Yeah. The guy makes hits.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. No, I like him. And Now I Had Some Help's already #1.
I was thinking, of course.
Is that the one we just heard?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about how like My Chemical Romance was like a chart-topping band. It's so funny. That's how that whole emo movement and everything came out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think their album went the Three
Parade?
Cheers for Sweet. Before that, the Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, I think went like triple platinum, like some like insane thing where you go, there's just no way that like
there was a generation that just loved emo.
Yeah, I was that generation.
Is that you?
But it's so weird because I loved emo music, but I also loved metal and I also loved hardcore. I loved everything. Anything where I could hear someone's like anger coming through vocals, and like whether it's
You wanted that emotion.
Yeah, I had that emotion.
You did.
I wanted to relate to that emotion, you know? But Rage Against the Machine, Nirvana, System of a Down, all of the same. There's one tone that's current throughout all of it.
Just aggression.
You know? Aggression. I'm angry.
Let's be honest. It's white angst.
Well, say that Serge Tajankajan is he's fighting for the Middle East, but, you know. And Zach De La Rocha's fighting for, you know, Mexico or something. I don't even know what his war he's waging these days are. But
Depends on when you ask.
Yeah, he's fighting to be a rapper, and it's a losing battle.
There's many wars that he's fighting.
Yeah. Against the man is the biggest war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then...
was fine with using Ticketmaster for his MSG shows, though, and all the other, you know, his reunion tour.
I wonder if he was fine with it, or if they were like, the rest of them were fine with it, and just don't tell Zach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just don't tell
Well,
Zach.
he doesn't have a cell phone.
He doesn't, right?
He doesn't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
Doesn't have like an email. Like he just is like, he lives off the grid, man.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So envious.
You ever think about living off the grid, Jordan?
You don't even know what off the grid is.
I know the song by Kanye. We off the
It's like, is that when your phone dies?
Grid.
Damn. That's brutal.
Yeah. Hey, you know, do you think RFK eats dogs? Because this is something that's been kind of...
I saw this morning the sexual assault allegation that he admitted to doing. Or
I don't know anything about that. I know about the dogs. I want to know if he eats...
I don't know about the dogs, but I saw him basically being...
See, it's his picture.
Give me some of that.
It looks like he... And is that definitely...
He said...
That's a dog.
His sentence was, if all of the skeletons in my closet could vote, I'd be king of the world.
He didn't say that.
He did say that.
That's a terrible thing.
Yeah, because they were like, you have like these sexual assault allegations. He goes, I'm not going to address them, but I told you, I got skeletons in my closet.
Does he know that skeletons aren't just accusations?
Yeah, I know, yeah. And there's like a lot of them. So I think he's...
So you think he eats dogs is what you're saying, based on the skeletons
I think
comment.
the man's eating a dog.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Because he was on the Chris Cuomo show to clarify the dog eating thing.
And what was the clarification?
Do we have the clip by chance? Okay. See if but you do, but it is out there. Okay. Now we don't know for sure. I don't think that's Cheryl Hines.
No, because her eyes are blacked out.
Well, you're saying Cheryl Hines doesn't have blacked out eyes?
Yeah. It's a very clear, it's my dead giveaway.
Yeah, no, okay, that does. I've seen a whole bunch of episodes of Curb.
Yeah.
She got eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's always had eyes the whole time.
Yeah, so Chris Cuomo, who asked tough questions, you know, he saw the picture. This picture came out, and they said, we think RFK's barbecuing dogs. Looks like he's about to eat a dog here. And they did, like, all the metadata and stuff. And where was that photo taken? Thailand? Or Vietnam?
And he texted it to, like, his
the dog
friends.
eating capital of the world?
That's what people are worried about.
No, I don't think... I'm not sure if it was taken there, but when he sent the text, he was referring to, like, oh, hey, there's some really good, you know, adventurous food to eat. This is all part of the Vanity Fair article that also mentioned the sexual assault allegations. So that's why this is all coming out at the same time.
That's a bummer.
It's the same.
I mean,
he probably did eat the dog.
For sure.
Here's the thing, man.
So?
People said that you can see the floating rib, which is canine.
Canines have the floating rib.
Yeah.
Dude, if there's one... this guy could have 0 skeletons in his closet. He could have the best stance on policies and the most... the only person that can unite America, and I'm sorry, this man will never get elected purely because of that voice. It's unfortunate, it's shitty, it's a bias, but it just sounds... I know it's a disease, but it just sounds like a trembly... It's not the voice of a strong... He could be in a wheelchair, and if he had a normal voice, he would have a better chance of winning.
And he's literally doing flips off cliffs with his shirt off, and it's like
He tells people worms ate his brain.
He says
nobody asked.
He's like, I had a worm in my brain. He did say that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And everyone was like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about, bro?
Nobody asked.
He's like, sorry, I'm watching The Boys.
All right, well, let's see, because Travis, you're hurling around terrible accusations.
Unfounded.
About floating ribs, which I think are totally uncalled
I don't know what a floating rib is.
I guess dogs have floating ribs.
What is it? You keep saying, you can just keep saying it, but you can't use the definition of it in the description.
A floating rib is what dogs have. It's a floating rib.
Yeah. It floats in a rib-like fashion.
You know, it's like it's a rib. It's like floating.
Yeah.
No, I guess it's not attached to the rib cage. Is that right? Yeah. There is nothing about this conversation that Can you pause for a second? I feel like he's not telling the truth because the voice.
Yeah, it sounds. It's
I
like
think he's lying about
a
everything.
little trembly.
Because the voice is trembly, and if he had not eaten the dog, it probably wouldn't sound like that.
It sucks.
There is nothing about this conversation that I could ever imagine even a year ago. So, that you are where you are, that and we've known each other for, 20 or 30
hit pause again. The idea that it's like, oh, man, can you believe that you lost your job at CNN and I ate a dog? It's like, wait. Do not try to... These two things are not equal.
Yeah. I don't understand I also don't understand, there's like a weird crossover with comedy and politics now where these guys are going on a lot of comedy podcasts and stuff like that and obviously RFK just did Rogan and stuff and you just go like, I don't understand why this is like a thing that we need to have. It's like, it seems like a separation of church and state. We should almost just kind of like, we're supposed to be making fun of these people.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. But the people have realized how many people are listening to comedy podcasts. And that
I get why the politicians want to do it, but it's like when they do SNL and stuff. But you just go, but don't, don't have them unless you're going on there purely to make fun of them.
It should be a goof.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like let's have them host SNL.
Right.
Right.
And have editorial control over the sketches.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
years that I'm running for president and that I'm being accused of eating a dog. No, I would not believe any of those things. I am a very adventurous eater, Chris.
Okay, all right.
Well, you did it.
That's you did it. I mean...
You ate the dog.
There's a picture. Didn't deny it. He said, "I'm being accused."
Yeah, no one has ever eaten a dog more than a person who doesn't deny it and then says, "I'm an adventurous eater."
Yeah. Also, there's a picture of me eating a barbecued dog-shaped animal.
Yeah. Excitedly.
Like it's not like it's this absurd. Like you just saw a picture of it, and it's like, yeah, I get where you get that impression.
I am a very adventurous eater, Chris. I think you know about that about me. I'll eat virtually anything. There's two things I wouldn't eat.
Okay, I'll eat virtually anything.
Virtually anything.
Okay, let's see what the two things he wouldn't eat are.
Because
that's, by the way,
eat is something with a floating rib.
Yeah. By the way, that is too short of a list. There's going to be about 100 things on this that he will eat, which is going to be more disturbing than the two. If he doesn't say babies and dogs,
I mean, humans is number one.
Humans got to be one.
Got to be
one. So now you've only got one other thing in this world.
And of everything in the world, I would eat a dog before other things.
Yeah.
I'd probably eat a dog before I eat a cat.
That's a great... Oh, wow. I'd eat the cat first for sure.
There was a rumor in the place that I used to get Chinese food all the time in my college. It got shut down by the police, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but they said they found a bunch of cats in the freezer.
Is that a rumor of everyone's Chinese place that gets shut down?
I don't know. It got raided and stuff. And I was like, whether it is or whether it wasn't.
It was good.
Isn't it much easier and less expensive to get your hands on
strays,
bad chicken meat than a ton of cats? It feels like if you were gonna serve cats, you'd really have to make an effort to go, this is something I really want to do.
Yeah, you'd have to have a lot of cat traps, and you'd have to be constantly going to shelters.
And the neighborhood would be there's a plague of cats disappearing constantly.
And where's all that hair?
Right.
You know
it's
what I mean?
There's so much cat hair here.
Defer it.
It's a lot of work.
Getting cheap poultry seems like it'd be much easier.
Thin. Yeah. Huh.
In Hoboken, there's a Chinese restaurant right next to a veterinarian's office.
And people assume
the most delightful thing in the world.
You just gotta not open a Chinese place there.
You can't.
You gotta.
It's a bad location.
Literally anywhere else.
We're gonna euthanize your pet. We're gonna do that privately though. You should go home.
Right.
We'll tell you when it's done.
Next door, get some lunch.
Yeah. So what are the two things?
Two things.
Two things
I wouldn't eat. Well, three. I wouldn't eat a human. I wouldn't eat a monkey.
Okay.
And I wouldn't eat a dog. I think I'd eat anything else. But
all right, let's figure out the things. Let's figure. I mean, feces isn't a person or living.
No. But he didn't say living. He said I would eat anything.
Oh, okay. Puke. He'd eat puke, dude. Ew,
it's so gross.
He'd eat puke inside poop.
It's so. By the way, Travis, you're a very good journalist.
Puke covered poop.
Immediately, you were waiting because you knew feces. He wouldn't say feces because he's on TV. I wish you were hosting this instead of Chris
Dude,
Cuomo.
imagine if Travis was hosting and the second he said that, he goes, ew, you didn't say feces, ew.
You just admitted it. You just admitted
you
it.
eat poop?
You eat poop.
You're a poop mouth?
Ew. Does that mean you drink pee?
Yeah. Wash your tail with pee, you little gross puke boy. Dude, that sucks. But
He did admit it. He eats doo-doo.
So he would eat like zebra and lion.
And by the way, cat.
And why monkey?
And cat.
Yeah, monkey seems like a random.
Monkey ain't. That's a monkey. I guess because monkey's the closest to human, so he's like, let me go like 2 evolutionary steps down.
Isn't monkey's brain a delicacy?
Yeah, in many places.
Yeah. Yeah, but not for RFK. He's like, ew, I don't want it. I'd rather eat feces.
Isn't it kind of strange?
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he got that brain worm. Because he's eating all that feces.
Which, by the way, something he would also eat. Brain worm. He would eat that.
He would eat worms for sure.
I find it interesting that there's not a thing on this planet that's living that humans haven't at least tried to eat. You ever think about that? That's the thing I think about sometimes when I'm high. Like everyone has tried to eat every plant, every animal,
like
every
human.
insect, a
human.
Like there has never been a person who's never eaten. You know, like we've tried ants all the way to whales and everything, and every plant, every poison ivy. We've tried it all. There isn't a thing that lives on this planet that not at least at one point in history some humans gone, I bet I could eat that.
Hasn't been tried to be consumed by humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine
a single thing.
Nothing.
Rocks?
Nothing.
I bet there's cavemen who tried eating rocks.
100%.
Everything.
100%.
I mean, I'm talking living things, but also I guess non-living things are.
They eat poop.
It's so weird. Yeah. Yeah. Straight. Yeah. He'd also eat rocks. The fucking weirdo.
Ew. He would eat just rocks.
Yeah.
Ew. You eat your own clothes.
Human teeth.
Because he said I wouldn't eat human. That's a part of a human.
That's right. I guess.
Right.
So then, does feces count?
He would eat cat poop.
Yeah.
He'd eat cat poop. That's so gross. So, but he would eat a cat.
Yeah.
Like
he'd eat a cat.
An average house pet.
Yeah.
And he would eat a hamster.
Oh yeah, but hamsters again that's like a delicacy in other countries.
Really?
Like Thailand? Yeah, for sure. Hamster, guinea pig is big.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're doing some wild stuff in Asia.
That's nuts.
Yeah. You got to get over there.
I don't want to.
Yeah. I get it.
So what's he eating then? If it wasn't a dog, was that a big cat that he had barbecued?
Yeah. He's like, guys, I don't know why everyone thinks it's a dog. It was a Mancoon cat. It was a giant,
Does he explain what that was, or is that the end of the clip?
There's only 10 seconds left.
All right, let's hear the rest of the 10.
Okay. Hang on, sorry.
Bring myself to do those things. So, it is a goat.
Oh,
and
goat.
you are what you eat.
Huh?
I get it. He's goated.
He's the goat.
He's goated.
He's the goat.
Now,
That was a cool line. That was a cool line.
Let
I'm
me
the
tell
goat.
you how not of a cool line that was. That was one of his staff writer. The speech writers were like, work this clever thing in, and he was like, I like that, and then he worked it in to conversation because he knew he was going to be asked that question. That stinks. I'd rather he eat the dog than on that interview. I'd rather him be eating a dog like corn on the cob than say that goat line. That
like
stinks.
a dog kebab.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I think I don't know if it was in the delivery or just that it was a weird thing to say, but it does take a second. Like he says, "You are what you eat," and you go, "What?" I get.
Yeah.
Oh. The carcass has. Where's this coming from?
This is from the New York Post.
Source? Okay, New York
is reporting on the Vanity Fair article.
Okay. The carcass has 13 pairs of ribs, including a telltale floating rib that suggests it is, in fact, a canine, a veterinarian told the magazine, which was what, Vanity Fair, you said?
Fair, yeah.
But Kennedy on Tuesday claimed the animal was a goat, as he downplayed the report. It's of me at a campfire in Patagonia. I didn't know Patagonia was a place. On the
Love that store.
Some river, eating a goat, which is what we eat down there. Who's we? Are you a member?
I mean, that's a baby goat, if anything, because he was holding it. Goats are big. You know what
goats
I mean?
aren't small. You're 100%.
So it's either best case scenario, it's a baby goat.
It's split, but it is small. Yeah, the fact that it's split.
It's like an infant goat.
It's a very small goat.
Now, Travis, you love dogs. You know all about dogs.
Yeah, I've had
You're
some.
intimate with dogs.
Well, I mean, I love them.
Where is the floating rib? Do you know?
It's like it's one of these final 2 ribs that aren't connected to the.
Wait, I'm trying to remember the song. The floating ribs connected to the nothing. Oh yeah, there it is.
It's not connected to the sternum.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And RFK is like,
he's like, no, man, that's a goat.
Let me get some of this dog.
Yeah, you know what I would have respected more is if he was like, I did it, and that's why they say I got that dog in me. That's
because you are what you eat. I'm a dog.
Dude, he would have won the nomination right then and there.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And he would have got a pop from Cuomo.
Cuomo would have been like, you are a dog. You're my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would imagine not only is it probably a dog, but he's probably told a lot of people that he's eaten the dog.
Confidently.
And I'm very hopeful that a lot of people come forward and go, actually, he's talked about eating the dog a lot.
Yeah, he's very proud.
Because look at him. I mean, he's real psyched. He's like, take a picture.
Yeah.
He shared the photo with a friend who was traveling to Asia and suggested that the pal would enjoy a restaurant in Korea that had dog on the menu.
No, he didn't.
Wow. Now, how about that? How grateful is that woman to be like, thank God for that black bar over my eyes? Because there's definitely, she would have to be answering questions at this moment as well. Now,
yeah, absolutely.
And it's not Cheryl?
Yeah, I wonder if Cheryl Hines is like, why did she have to be a blonde?
Why
did that woman have to be blonde?
Do you have the that other image of him like acknowledging he got asked about his sexual assault thing on his YouTube show or something, and he was saying that was the thing where he said that he's
Is it video?
Yeah. I just saw it on like Instagram literally this morning, but it was the thing of him saying like, I'm not going to address it, but the skeletons in the closet thing, that's where that was from, and it's very silly.
He dismissed it as rambunctious youth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think this is
That's
it. Yeah.
never a good excuse.
Yeah.
I like beer.
I want to give you a chance to respond to this. There's a photo circulating, I believe, of you posing with what looks like a dog, and also a barbecued dog. I'm not going to show the picture as a dog lover. I know you have pets yourself, and also a sexual assault allegation from
as a
one
guy who's
of
eating a dog, I don't want to get you starving.
Yeah. I know you're going to get hungry looking at what is definitely a dog, but I have a different question.
I'm not going to show the photo. I love dogs. This is definitely a dog.
Yeah, and by the way, you eat dogs, but on to other things.
former nanny. So I want to give you a chance to respond to that.
Sorry. The article is a lot of garbage.
Oh.
The picture that they said is of me eating a dog. It's actually me eating a goat in Patagonia on a whitewater trip many years ago on the Fuleifu River. They say there's they have an expert that has identified that as a dog carcass.
Yeah.
It's just not true. So, and in terms of the other allegations, I've said this from the beginning. I am not a church boy. I am not running like that. I said I had a very, very rambunctious youth.
Oh boy.
I said in my announcement speech that I have so many skeletons in my closet that if they could all vote, I could run for king of the world.
Oh, Jesus. That's so many skeletons.
Vanity Fair is
skeletons.
recycling 30-year-old stories, and I'm not, going to comment on the details of any of them, but it's...
You brought up...
Here's what's so weird. I think, isn't this his, it's on his YouTube channel or something like that?
It looks like it's Breaking Points. I think that's on the Young Turks or something like that.
I don't know.
When I was a rambunctious youth, all I was doing was listening to Camila Cabello.
Yeah.
King of the callback, Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, I don't know. It's brutal. It's just so brutal.
I mean,
to hear him talk.
He had to answer that question so many times yesterday.
About the goat?
So many times people are like, hey, you eat that dog?
Why you eat that dog anyway?
Yeah.
And the sexual assault, I think just the next thing this guy goes but you're not denying it. Like he says, do you want to deny it? And he's like, I'm just not going to address it.
All right, let's finish.
Yeah.
Shoot.
You're talking there about the nanny situation. I mean, I do have to ask her. I mean, are you denying it or not?
I'm not going to comment on it.
Well, I gave you the opportunity.
Which is, by the way, I for sure did it. You know, you just go like, of course I didn't do it. Just do the Trump thing. It never happened.
Never happened.
Person's a liar.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and dumb too.
You're dumb, a dumb liar slut. And there you go.
Yeah. I think when you say you have that many skeletons in your closet, the follow-up question is like, well, what
else you got in
what
there?
are some of them? Do you want
to name one?
What are they?
And are they worse than this?
Floating ribs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he's probably like, dude, if the dogs and the rape are like the only things that come out of it, or the sexuals, I don't even think it was rape. I think it was like he like groped his nanny or something like that.
Rubbing her back or something. And
I mean, that sounds like the other Cuomo, which is like was the best defense in the history of cancellations I've ever heard. I'm Italian. The I'm Italian defense should go down as right next to the if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Like that is two of the best defenses I've ever seen. One worked, one didn't, but still, there was a moment when he said I'm Italian that everybody who was like fuck this guy went well.
I mean,
it's sound logic. I don't know what you want to.
I mean, Mike. I'm Italian. You buy it?
I use it in the grocery store all the time.
Okay, the man wearing a San Gennaro T-shirt is shockingly on the side of the Italian. I mean, listen, all I know is that Cuomo during the pandemic was the guy. I mean, everybody, it was appointment television when he had his little press conferences.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of loved him. They felt like he was keeping it real. He was like everybody's father or like grandpa kind of a situation. He was
I feel the world's going to collapse around me. There's my North Star.
Yeah. And
there
then
he is.
But then he is just like everybody else in our society. We build him up to knock him down.
That's right.
We just were like Cuomo, Fred Durst.
We were Cuomo-sexuals.
Yeah, you remember that?
100%.
Oh, people were like, he's so hot. He flew too close to the sun.
Right.
Icarus.
Right. Yeah, he did.
Son of a bitch.
But sometimes when you really do have wings, on your way down, you somehow ascend once more, and that is the angel, Fred Durst.
Yeah, hell yeah. God damn, Fred Durst is
He
the man.
rules.
I really hope to meet that guy someday.
I would love to.
He was going to come to the Comedy Cellar, and then they didn't let him in.
What? No.
I shouldn't say they didn't let him in. I should say they were sold out, and there was a comic trying to get him on the guest list, and they were like, we don't have, like, it was like a sold out show, and then they were like, we can get him on standby, and then they were like, but it's Fred Durst, and they were like, right, but we're sold out 80 shows a week. Yeah. We know very well who he is, but we're sold out 80 shows a week, and we don't. It's like the Comedy Cellar doesn't need you don't need to be like, oh, we need a famous person coming. Although I will say,
but they should just do it for respect.
Yeah.
Buy someone's tickets like airlines do.
I don't know if I don't know if I can or should, or I'm even if this is out of school to say, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to like not reveal who it is.
Brendan.
No. Let's just say one of the most rich people on the planet,
Epstein.
Went to the Comedy Cellar like a month ago, and let's say they are been known.
I already know who it is.
Been known for decades as the most famous person on the planet,
decades? Because I was going to say definitely Elon, right?
Well, no, wasn't Elon. But let's just say
Bill Gates.
Let's just say that this person, there weren't many gatekeepers blocking him from getting into this show. He had there was no fences or any sort of thing stopping him from getting into the show. But the man left. It was Bill Gates. But the man,
Bill Gates.
Because you got it, but he didn't.
No,
Travis was like, wait a minute,
decades.
Was this an industry thing?
Bill Gates has always been the richest guy.
Yeah.
I was betting on Bezos.
Yeah, but he came in and they had the whole Secret Service with him and everything, and apparently he enjoyed the show quite nicely. But he did something that I thought was a little bit.
What do you do?
The tip.
What would you tip?
From what I hear, it might just be conjecture or rumor, but I have it on good authority. 20% tip.
Come on,
20% tip.
You gotta.
That's how you stay rich.
You saw him on Ellen. He doesn't know how much anything costs.
But
you drop $10,000 at the table and you walk away.
Well, here's the thing: a couple of the comics and I were looking up what he made while he was at the comedy show, but from what we looked at, how much money he made an hour, we calculated he made $66 million going to the comedy show.
Yeah,
I think I understand you can't be flipping with your money, although he was one of the only people on the planet that can and will never notice it. But I think you got to be dropping a hundo.
A hundo?
On any
300%.
No,
but
you
I'm saying
drop $5,000 on the table.
You drop minimum. See, but that's a slippery slope because if you're, I mean, again, he could do that every meal for the rest of his life. He can do that when he gets a cup of coffee and he'll never notice it. But I understand if he really wants to do the philanthropy work and all this stuff. But how about you be a philanthropist for the wait staff? You know what I mean?
Like for the real people.
But I'm saying if just tip minimum, you can't tip minimum than 100 anywhere you go for anything.
Even 100, it'd be like, I mean, this is a great tip.
If the bill was $70 and you like when I waited on Leonardo DiCaprio when I was a server, he left me a 50% tip, and I thought that was very great. This was Body of Lies. This was Body of Lies, Leonardo DiCaprio, not current day Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's not bad, and also he's not Bill Gates.
Right.
Bill Gates, I mean,
there's 100 Leonardo DiCaprios doesn't equal Bill Gates.
Right. Like Bill Gates shouldn't even look at the check to know what 20% is.
Yeah, and I think
they might have put $1,000 on the table.
I think they might have like told them ahead of time, like he's gonna come because they, the man is gonna have secret they're gonna be like, and I think they might have even been like he'll leave, he's gonna leave 20%, but I don't know if the servers knew that, and I also don't think that the servers were like buying that. I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll leave much more.
How could he not?
Right.
Imagine being like you get Bill Gates in your section, and you're like, dude, my fucking week is about to be.
You're picking out the car,
and I'm not
buying.
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
I'm not
just
sharing
paid
with
my
anyone.
rent. Yeah, I would think like $500.
You worked in as a waiter.
Yeah.
If Bill Gates comes in and let's say he drops $5,000 on your table, do you go back and go like, okay, let's split it with the whole
Let's
staff?
pay out the runners? No. I go.
Not only is it a no,
yeah.
Why would you even ask that?
Here's what I go. Can you believe Bill Gates only left me 20%? And that's how this whole rumor gets started. That server probably made $5,000 that night, and this is just a rumor. Yeah.
Oh, well, guys.
Shit.
Mike Feeney, you're the best.
Thanks so much for having me.
A Night at the Comedy Cellar is the special that's on Mike Feeney's YouTube channel at Mike Feeney Comedy. And yeah, is there anything else?
I'll be at Laughs in Seattle in September 13th and 14th, and I got a bunch of new Boston and Nashville and Chicago and Maine and a couple other cities coming online. So MikeFeeneyComedy.com for tickets, and at I am Mike Feeney across all social media.
Excellent.
Always a pleasure being here, pal.
Yeah, you're the best, dude. The new Not Sam Wrestling limited merch drop just went up this morning over at NotSam.com. So go, new T-shirt, new tank, because sun's out, guns out, and tie-dye. You can go to the store link at NotSam.com and see it all. It's only up for 2 weeks, and we'll be off for the 4th.
Yep.
And then next week as well. So we'll see you then.
Best of the year so far next week.
Ooh, that's a thrill.
Hoorah.
Next week, we present the best of the year so far. How's the year been so far?
It's been so good.
It's been.
It's been.
We'll see you later. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, there's more.